This is the M Zone.
And welcome to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler.
Can I get a
best guy in the Bizzler. Get it out. And you know, the Big Sweet himself. We call him Big Sweet because, you know, he's sexy and as he's older. But want to say happy birthday to Larry Lee today.
Thank you. Lovely day, special lovely day.
Sweet, hey, Route 66.
I'm getting my kicks on Route 66.
Dude, you don't look a day over
Did 65.
I'm gonna say 56. I can see you at 56.
I appreciate it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You got that.
It's the first time that I've really allowed this little Fu Manchu thing to come in like this, and I don't like it. I was trying to get to the barbershop before we came on to the show, and I said, because, you know, it makes me look like a real OG.
Well, you look like Grady. You look like Grady with that.
And I'm feeling kind of like Bill Russell. You remember? You know how Bill Russell had that great nappy curly.
Bill Russell had that nappy one where he just used to. You knew there was something in it. You know, I was like, wow, Bill, that thing looked like a Brillo
Bill
pad.
Russell is. I gotta trim this thing down, man. And it used to be dark, but now it's all white, man. Golly, gray hair. It ain't even gray. It's turning.
That's just professionalism right there. That's just,
that's maturity.
That's maturity right there.
Yeah, maturity. Yeah, there you go. So don't feel a day over 55.
Right. There you go. I mean, it's
Appreciate
you know what? It's just an age. That's all. That's not a problem.
I got a classmate of mine, a good buddy, one of my best friends in life. We got this saying, ain't no age limit on winning.
Exactly. There you go. That's the truth.
That's it. Ain't no age limit on winning, brother.
And all the things you've done in your life and the different things that you've done. I mean, it's incredible. Incredible.
I've been blessed, man. Blessed by the best. You know, it's just I get to thinking back over these 66 years and the people I've met, the things I've done, the places I've gone and all that, man. I'm like, man, thank you, good Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. And you survived them all.
I survived them all. Some of them only by the grace of God.
Right,
okay?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And you survived them all. That's an awesome thing. I mean, when you said that, I went through. I'm like, I'm still alive too. So I'm with that. I'm with that.
I know there's a time or two when you sit back and you go, "Ooh, Lord, thank you, Jesus."
You just got by that one. That one was just
oh Lord.
Exactly. But Larry, I'm gonna say this. It was like you said, you had some great moments in your life. You had some great times. You're blessed with children, grandchildren, and different things like that.
Yes,
so
sir.
God is good to you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's a beautiful thing, man. 7 grandsons.
Oh wow. Look at you. You got a basketball team and 2 reserves.
7 grandsons. And the last 3 are all 7 months old or less.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, man. So
you got a reason to stay alive.
Exactly.
You know exactly. You got to give all of that knowledge you got and bestow it onto them.
And you know what? They're all over the country, too. We got some in Connecticut, some in Texas, some in San Diego. So me and Mama going to be doing some traveling, man. Keep up with these grandsons.
Wow. Wow, boy.
Yes, sir.
That's incredible. Yes, sir. Wow. All under 7 months old. My
goodness. Well, no, not all. I have 3. I have 3 under, but yeah. I have from 16 to 7 months.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All good, man. Good young men and trying to make them better.
Well, that's good. Look, I'm happy that you're with us, and we've had that the good fortune of you coming on, being a part of the M Zone now. And I would tell you what, I've never laughed so hard and so loud in my life.
we do have some good times, cause there's some great things. And sometimes the highlight of my day is Mrs. Impersonations.
Oh my God! He can
He's
bring
got
him
so
out.
many. I know. I love Mrs. Impersonations, man. I had a couple. I gave you a good Lomas. You know,
Yes, you do. You can do Loomis now.
I've been doing
Loomis
Lomas
now.
for a long time now. Yep. So I got that one, but Mia's got some good ones, man. So looking forward to that. Speaking of the day, this is a special day not only for my birthday, but I got one of my little brother. We sound like it's crazy grown men,
Right.
talking like this. But one of my little brothers, man, maybe even two, right?
Yep.
Coming on today, all pro defensive lineman for the Detroit Lions back in the 90s and was the #1 draft pick back in the day, Robert Porcher, who the Detroit Lions, this is our alumni weekend. You saw Monday where the Bears had their 40th anniversary of their team. Well, this is the Lions weekend. We can't celebrate a Super Bowl like they did, but we got our Lions alumni weekend, and guys are coming in from all over the country, but we're putting Robert Porcher in. They call it the Pride of Detroit, which is the Ring of Honor.
There you go.
The Ring of Honor in Detroit. Robert Porcher rightfully deserves his place in the Ring of Honor. So we're gonna have him on today, man, and maybe even one of his old teammates that you know quite well.
Yeah, yeah. We're looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. That would be great for him and everything like that. But I mean, look, we got a lot going on, doing a lot of things. I want to talk about what's happening to the NFL right now.
What's going on?
Look, the things I want to talk about: the Dallas Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Detroit Lions. Now, these are teams that everybody loves.
Right.
The Cowboys are the team of they're America's team, right?
Used to be, but yeah, we'll go. Right. We'll still roll with it. Yeah,
right. And Cowboys traded. I mean, you got Jerry Jones, and everybody's coming out of the woodwork saying, and I'm saying former players, they're saying that Jerry should be brought up on charges. Because he should not be not on charges, not bad charges, just that you can't negotiate with a player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he done lost
representative. He didn't lost his mind.
But it's consistent with what he's done in the past. He had problems with Emmitt Smith negotiations. Remember those?
I remember those when and then they lost that game and Emmitt signed real quick, didn't he?
Right, exactly right.
Quick.
So
exactly.
Jerry Jones has always, been a little awkward. That's where all the banter comes from because he's awkward in his dealings, man. And and even back in the day, the Dion rule. Remember, we have the Dion rule in negotiations because Jerry took so long to pay Dion but when he finally did, it was what was it? It was something to do with how signing bonuses were allocated.
Right.
And I got to get it back in my head, but because the NFL didn't like the way they did it with Dion and Jerry Jones, they started calling it the Dion rule, and that changed negotiations in the NFL forever after that because it was something to deal with the signing bonus. I can't remember exactly. We might have to look it up during the course of the show, but the Dion rule, man, was because of Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones has always been in this lack of a better reason, the forefront of good negotiation or bad negotiation, mostly bad.
Right.
Mostly bad.
He wants to do what he wants to do. Like the whole league was sponsored by Coca-Cola. He brought in Pepsi.
Yeah.
They sponsored the Dallas Cowboys. He was doing everything out of the box, and everybody's saying, well, he's doing things out of the box. No, he's not. He's just going against the league. That's all. Saying it's my team. I bought this team. I want my sponsor. I want the money. I don't want the league to get the money.
And quiet as it's kept, Jerry is the NFL, behind the scenes when it comes to marketing and different things. When the league has to take into account what Jerry thinks.
No, you do. I mean, he's got a lot of power in this league. I agree with you. I'll tell you about that. I mean, that's the thing that I agree with. But, I mean, it's just when you try to run the league the way Jerry's doing it, I mean, after a while, you got to, you know what the thing is.
He does things in his way. And, in some ways is not conventional, and in some ways he can be thorough. I had a one-on-one with Jerry in the past when he was looking for a coach at one time. I forget between what coaches, but he was very interested in Terry Donahue, UCLA, my old coach at UCLA. So at the Super Bowl one year, it was in San Diego. I'm getting these notes from everybody, and everybody looked, Larry. I said, yeah. Hey, man, Jerry Jones wants to see you. Jerry Jones wants to see you. I was like, Jerry Jones wants to see me? What Jerry Jones wants to see me for? So he finally caught up with him. Hey, Mr. Jones, how you doing? Larry, how you doing? And I said, good. He said, you played for Terry Donahue, didn't you? I said, yes, sir, I did. I played for him. He said, man, I'm very interested in him as my next head coach. Man, he grilled me for about an hour on Terry Donahue. Pros, cons, offense, mindset, and and I told him the truth about what I thought, because I did like my head coach. I did like Terry Donahue, who's a college Hall of Fame coach, but he wanted to control some things, and Terry told me that he wasn't going to allow. He didn't want Jerry to control all the things that he wanted to control, like the rosters and all that. So they didn't come together. But yeah. So, I don't know. I don't have anything negative about Jerry Jones. I don't necessarily agree with all his antics or how he does it, but he is the man.
How you going to be? My whole thing is how you going to be the owner? Owners are supposed to be, I'm not saying they're supposed to be separate from their team.
Right.
I'm saying you hired someone to run your team. You hired someone to conduct all the business
you're saying delegate?
Yeah. The man needs to let go some of it. I mean, look, I get it. And we joke about this. Jerry Jones wanted more. He wanted more recognition when he had the Cowboys and he had Jimmy Johnson.
Right.
He wanted people to say how great he was other than Jimmy Johnson. No, Jimmy Johnson put that team together, and you know it as well as I do. He went through all of the losses and the players getting hurt and different things like that. Yeah, it was Jimmy Johnson who put that team together.
I keep throwing in and Gil Brandt.
Yeah, Gil Brandt.
I got to give Gil Brandt some love, man, because he was phenomenal.
And now Jerry wants to do it by himself, and he wants to. I think he wants to.
And
stick
he can't.
That in. Right. He can't, because he can't coach the team. He can't. He doesn't. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. You're the owner. You got into the Hall of Fame. You did all the things you were supposed to do as an owner. Right. Now, as GM, I'm giving you a grade. I'm not giving you a A+. You were good as the owner, A+, but as the GM, no.
Yeah.
Ever since Jimmy Johnson left, they haven't been at that next level. They can't get there.
They really haven't. But when they were at that level, though, remember that offense they had, boy, with all them linemen, and the receivers. You had Troy Aikman. They put together a squad there. They put a great
squad together, and Jimmy Johnson ran it.
And Jimmy still thinks he got that kind of squad, and he doesn't.
Well, Jerry thinks he's got that squad. He thinks he's got the big three, but
That's
he
what
doesn't
I
have
meant,
the
Jerry.
running
I
back.
said Jimmy.
He doesn't have the big running back. We got to take a little side note right now. We got our action weather for the weekend. We're getting a little peak break during the middle of the week.
Okay.
Gary Rizzo, what's up, Gary? How you doing?
Doing well. And by the way, happy birthday, Larry Lee.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
Yeah, 66. You're almost in my range, but we're all getting older at the same time. So as you get older, I'm getting older, Jamie's getting older, and even Matt Missler's getting older. And
I like that.
So we're all aging. Yeah, don't feel like you're being left out. So.
All right. So you're an OOG like I am.
Yes, I am. I go back a few more years before you, but you're as young as you feel.
Exactly. Ain't no age limit on winning.
That's right. Well, the weather's warm is the theme for the game, but I'm looking at weather data, looking at the current satellite, seeing where our weather's coming from. I'll just remind everybody with a noon kickoff, the normal high is 76, normal low is 57. We're finally getting up to those levels now, and we're going to actually surpass them for the weekend, so that's good news. It won't be humid, so don't worry about that. 97 is a record high in 1874. Yeah, that's an old one. Yeah, and the record low is 40. Now, that was in 1975. And sunrise will be at 7:13. That's relevant because the golf course will be opening at 7 o'clock, and there's no rain in the forecast between now and maybe then, but I'm going to give you some details on that. But the ground is firm, so I expect the golf course to open. Pioneer opens up an hour earlier for the real early birds. Now the forecast. It's supposed to be mostly cloudy, partly sunny at times. It'll be warm, a little above normal. I've increased the chances of rain to 50-50.
Oh, wow.
I don't like what I see. There's a warm front, a real warm front with even warmer air in the mid-Mississippi Valley up toward then northeast toward Chicago and northern Indiana near the Michigan state line. And that's an instability area of weather, meaning that showers and thunder showers tend to form along the warm front and to the north of it where we'll still be in a warm air mass, but there's even a warmer air mass to downstate Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, and that's trying to come in here. So there's a battle of the air masses going on. So what I have is 60 degrees, low 60s in the morning, so that's going to be one of the milder mornings with a lot of cloud cover. We'll still warm through the 60s and 70s in the morning. I expect kickoff to be 79 degrees, partly sunny, and the wind direction south-southwest, maybe southeast. That's what I have to watch out for. If it's southeast, the warm front's not here yet. If it's south-southwest, the warm front's actually to the north, which is better because it'll take the showers further north as well. So a few more details to be ironed out. But the way it stands now, 81 during the game for the high, but I'm going to keep a 50-50 chance of showers and thunder showers in the forecast. So my actual verdict is that this is low impact weather so far. The word is so far. It would be high impact if we have showers and some thunder showers come through anytime between near kickoff or during the game. So I'm not ruling that out, but I'm going to say low impact weather right now. And if we have a south-southwest wind, I think we're in good shape. So I don't like to kind of, leave everybody hanging, but it's not one of these no-brainer type forecasts. I was onto it Monday when we talked. I said, there's a risk of some shower activity, and I would leave it at that. So it's still there, and it's not going away. In fact, the crystal ball, while it's still a little fuzzy, is still indicating that. So we'll keep an eye on what kind of weather we'll get, and Friday's forecast will narrow it down. But there's more mentions of showers now in some of the other forecasts that you're seeing. So, including the National Weather Service. So, I'm a little bit ahead of the game with them, and that's. It's still going to be warm. I would just caution that we have this 50-50 chance of rain.
Wow. That rain creeped in, Gary. You said you did say there'd be no weather, no bad weather, but I guess weather changes like everything else.
Well, yeah, this time of year too, we have a lot of summer left, and this warm air mass will be generally south of the Michigan state line, but it's going to try to come up. Like, say, if I was forecasting for Chicago or South Bend, Indiana, I'd be forecasting mid to upper 80s for a high on Saturday. Or like, say, Bloomington, Indiana, some of the Big Ten schools, or Champaign, Illinois. So that's the kind of air that's trying to come in here, but it's having a hard time bucking what's the northwest flow at 15,000 feet. Everything's got to be lined up for that warm air to really make inroads. So it's bumping up against that cooler air mass, which we're in. and the warm air mass, and that's kind of the name of the game this time of year. It's further south you go, the warmer it gets, and we're on that boundary right now. Just kind of like in the winter, where like it could rain or it could snow. The southern counties will get rain, the northern counties will get snow, and Michigan's always in that. We're always in that battle zone, so we're kind of going to be in it on Saturday.
Well, then that's great. That's great. Look, I get it. As long as it stays warm, Gary, that's all I care about.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah.
Well, you forecast the weather on which way the wind is blowing. So south-southwest wind, I think we'll be in good shape. So once I nail that down with high confidence, then that means the showers will be up in the thumb area, and we don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Well, you keep working it then. It sounds like you're on top of it. You just keep working it for us.
Yeah, well, Larry's 66, but I've got 52 years of weather forecasting experience. So, I've been around the block a few times. So I'll keep on it and plug my experience in on it.
What do you do with that 52 years of weather? Do you just watch the weather around the country?
Yeah, it's not just local. I've forecasted on radio and TV for radio stations throughout Ohio, Indiana, with the utility company. We had the whole, what we call it, Eastern Interconnect, all areas east of the Mississippi for supply and demand. How will the weather be warm for heating demand or cooling demand? Will it be cold for heating demand? And we had to keep an eye on all the major cities, day after day, month after month, year after year. So yeah, it's a lot of weather. It's fun. It's a paid hobby for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like you guys playing football. It's a paid hobby. And I got my paid hobby forecasting the weather. Yeah, I've been wrong a few times, but I get paid to be right. So that's why I'm retired now. And I'm retired professionally, but I'm forecasting. I'm still looking at the weather 7 days a week.
That's because it's in your heart. It's in your heart.
Yeah. That's right, Larry. Yeah. So I'm watching it. It keeps me busy in my retirement. Never a dull moment. And I've got, I go to the gym in the morning and work out and look at the weather models and run errands, have appointments, kiss babies, and all that good stuff.
You know what they say about Michigan weather, right? If you don't like it, just wait a few minutes.
Yeah, you can always change it. Yeah, just move somewhere where you like more, or cold weather. Move up to northern Minnesota.
No.
But these days, doesn't it seem like Florida is having Michigan weather and Michigan's having Florida weather?
Yeah, well, right now, Florida weather, they've been, the last week or so, been getting a lot of rain, a lot of tropical downpours right now. This is their rainy season. If they miss that, they're in bad shape. But, the only time it flips around, like in the summer, where they can get the ocean breeze there and we get the hot, humid weather. But in the wintertime, it's like 50 degrees cooler up here. When it's in the 30s here, it's in the 80s down there still. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, Gary, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you on Friday.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Happy birthday again, Larry.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's Gary Rizzo, our residential weatherman.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, real good stuff. You got to know the weather that you're going to be in. For me, I need to know if I need a jacket, a rain jacket, a slicker, or
a slicker,
or just a sweatshirt. I'm trying to get it right. Anyway, we need to go to a break. We got Zach Shaw from 24/7 and CBS, the school teacher himself. On the other side, you're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Clear on radio.
Weather.
Ooh, somebody getting in trouble. Somebody getting in trouble. They may suspend. They won't suspend them for half the year, but they're gonna suspend them for a while.
Who's that?
Kawhi Leonard.
Oh,
It's okay. He spends half the season.
He does. He's always. That's what I said. I said, ooh, you're suspending him. I mean, he's on load management every week.
That's true. But like I said,
T-Will.
even if he ain't on load management, he's injured, so it kind of evens out.
Right.
Will they keep the money though? Will they
Oh,
find
he
it?
dude, he keeping that money. He keeping that damn money. It's my money. We did secret contracts, and it's my money. My uncle was wrong. I ain't giving it back. Zach Shaw's coming on. I'm excited for Zach. Are you guys ready? You guys gonna order your skinniest phone ever?
No.
No.
It's the 17.
Is that
It's 17.
I'm not
I
Apple.
have no interest in that little skinny phone. I drop it all the time.
I'm an Android guy, man.
I know you are. That's the problem. They messed up. They trying to make a skinny phone. Don't everybody with their fat hand, they want to hold there for some girth. I need some girth with my phone. I need some girth. Baby about to have back.
Raising. Full pause.
Baby got back.
Chop it up or drop it up.
Happy birthday on YouTube, and Rich on Facebook wish you a happy birthday. So
happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Zach, I see you. Can you hear me?
I gotta get him into the thing. I was gonna wait until his.
He says, I'm backstage whenever y'all are ready for me.
There he is.
Well, I wanted to join in the happy birthday singing, and I couldn't. I was stuck backstage.
It's Larry's birthday.
Thank you, Zach.
Also, I can't get my camera to work, but I feel like I don't have enough time to do the whole factory reset thing. So
it's okay, bro.
You guys can hear me all right, though?
We got you.
Yes.
Perfect.
If push comes to shove, I could always put your picture up on stream for you, and you'll be able to catch yourself.
Oh, that would be so cute. He would be so cute. Zach, how's marriage going, baby?
Oh, I love it, man. It's so fun. Been a fun summer. I was having a fun fall until Saturday, right? And then suddenly it's we're
Zach, come on. Did you think? I'm asking. Did you have a win for that?
No, I predicted them to lose. I think I predicted them to lose by 7. So
okay.
It was close to what I expected. I just meant more. It's like, oh, that's right. This is what it's like to cover a team when the fans, everyone's got different opinions about stuff. So,
yeah, and
everyone's an expert. It's incredible. Everyone knows what they're talking about.
Sports is about, Big Sweet. It's what we do. What we love our sports for. My team didn't win. Well, you got to win next week.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the word? I'm trying. Prognosticators. That's what I was trying.
Prognosticators.
Yeah. Monday morning quarterbacks.
Yep.
We gotta open up the offense. We gotta open it up, man. If we don't open it up, how are we gonna see our quarterback? Our $1 million quarterback. I don't know why we don't have our $1 million quarterback throwing all these passes. Have you looked at the offensive line, perhaps? Oh, that's right. That's right.
All right, guys, we're coming back from commercial break. Stand by.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler, and you got the birthday boy himself, Larry Lee, former center, Detroit Lions, and executive. And joining us, Zach Shaw for his first appearance with us on the M Zone this year. Zach Shaw. You can read his articles on 24/7 Sports as well as CBS Sports. What's up, Zach? How you doing?
I'm good, Jamie. I wondered if it was something I said a few months ago. It's been a minute, but glad to be back.
You got married, right? And
last year.
I gave you the summer. I don't. You know what? Me and Larry needed to get some cohesion. Miz needed to get some cohesion. I let us three talk. Now we got you on, Zach. I love having you on.
I'm happy to be here to break some of the tension. Clearly, there's some tension.
Where's the tension?
I'm just kidding around.
Hey, you might want to come on after being married.
Yeah, right.
That's not funny, Larry.
I know. Okay. My bad. Bad Larry.
Good God. It's his birthday, so he's allowed to. That being said, Zach, Michigan had the greatest offense going in game one. I mean, in game one against New Mexico, we were throwing and bowling, and we were balling. We was balling everything. And then go out to Norman, Oklahoma, and, get shot in the foot. I mean, a big shot in the foot. And now everybody, I can't believe it. They lied to us. They told us a false. They told us we had an offensive line. They told us we had a quarterback. They told us we do have a running back. And they told us we got wide receivers. And they told us, we told you nothing. And you'll like it. Zach, what's up with this team? And what do you see? And, Sharon Moore has to go on a 2-game suspension.
Yeah, I'll get to that second part in a minute. But in terms of the offense, I mean, you kind of nailed it. Like, I think a lot of fans, and obviously Bryce can make all those throws, so I get the allure. But I've been on this beat for, 10 years now, and every single fall camp, some player or some coach says something to the tune of, we're going to air it out more this year. But it's Michigan every year, right? And so they never quite do what I think what some of those quotes say. And really, last year was the only year where they were like, I don't think we're going to air it out that much. And it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. But this year, I think fans maybe got a little ahead of themselves. I mean, you look at the numbers in the last 20 years, there's been 34 quarterbacks who were rated a 99 or higher in the recruiting rankings. A lot of them have gone on to be pros, number one picks. A few of them have made Pro Bowls and things like that. But of those 34, only 5 of them threw for more than 2,000 yards as true freshmen. So 5 out of 34. So, I mean, it's not as common as people think for someone to walk in like Trevor Lawrence or like Caleb Williams and just start slinging it around. It's one of those things that if you have a true freshman quarterback, you're going on the road facing a Brent Venables defense that's athletic, that's got guys at every position, that's got the home crowd behind them. What do you think Michigan's going to do? Of course, they're going to lean on the run game, and I think the offensive line, that's kind of who I'm coming down harshest on after this game. Is I feel like the offensive line, Michigan's game plan was dependent on the offensive line winning that line of scrimmage, and on the defensive side too. They wanted to win the trenches, and they didn't. So. Yeah, I mean, it's similar to what I expected the game to transpire like, but to your point, Jamie, now all of a sudden lots of people are wondering, hey, you see that pass to McCulley, you see the second pass to McCulley or the one to Goodwin, you're kind of like, hey, maybe get Bryce out of the pocket, maybe get him moving. I buy the logic, but I don't think Michigan's ever going to be pass. It's not going to be an air raid offense. It's not going to be pass first. They just didn't have the offensive line success that they needed to have. Down in Norman.
I mean, Zach, you're talking about, and I always tend to go to that young man's age, but I mean, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, you expected this man to go into a hostile environment and bring, and they want to open up the bag of tricks right now.
Right.
He's maybe got a baggie of tricks, but he doesn't have a bag of tricks because they haven't opened the whole playbook up to this young man yet. And I get it. Everybody's going, well, Chip Lindsey had this opportunity to do this already and do this. No, Chip Lindsey was trying to merge his philosophy with Sharon Moore's philosophy in running the ball and throwing the ball. And that's what they've been putting together. And so when we talk about this, and everybody thought we were going to go down there and we're going to open it up and be willy-nilly with the ball, and that's just not going to happen. Like you said, the offensive line, we're not built that way. We're built like Michigan, where we're going to run the ball. We're going to pound you inside. And it looked like Brent Venable and his defensive coaches were ready for it.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they looked really ready for it. I think their game plan was kind of put the pressure on whenever it was obviously going to be a pass and defend the short range pass stuff. I mean, Michigan got a couple connections downfield, but what really hurt Michigan in the pass game was they had 5 screenplay attempts. They netted -5 yards. They were losing yardage on 5 screenplay attempts. And I think they attempted 12 passes less than 10 yards downfield, and they got 35 yards on them. I mean, that just means Oklahoma knew exactly what you were going to do. And then, in terms of the run game, in between the tackles, they got 1.3 yards before contact in between the tackles, the offensive line. Jamie, you could probably speak to it better than I could. That's not a lot of time before you're getting hit with guys and you're being asked to lower your shoulder and keep your feet moving. So, really, other than that one Justice Haynes play, it was just a slog. I mean, in the first half, they had 7 first downs, but 3 of them came on Oklahoma penalties. And this is just this is an offense that has a lot of work to do, and it's really every position. I think every single position has work to do. They have things they need to improve. To me, I think it starts with the offensive line. I think, knowing that they have a couple seniors, knowing that they have a few guys with the size and the talent that they have, I think it's fair to expect this Michigan offensive line to be further along. And they'll get better throughout the year. I mean, almost every offensive line does. I've never talked to an offensive lineman who thought week 1, week 2 was their peak, right? The chemistry will improve, the physicality will improve. And I do think Michigan is going to figure some of this identity stuff out this weekend. And if you're a Michigan fan, you hope that it's a lot this weekend. But I think over the next couple weeks, that tends to happen with new offensive coordinators, new quarterbacks, new offensive tackles, technically, new running backs, new leading wide receivers. There's stuff to sort out. But I think really what it comes down to is, they needed to be more physical at the line of scrimmage and mostly on offense, but on defense too. I think if there was one area where I thought Michigan maybe could have turned the tide is if they could have turned up the heat a little bit on the defensive side of the ball and just provided more meaningful pressure. They're playing in Oklahoma. It's going to be tough. It's a tough game
because Jason wasn't there. I mean, he wasn't there in the first half. I mean, I get it, and he was suspended because of what happened in New Mexico. And was that a hangover, just not having him out there? Because it seemed like they picked up in the second half, and it's different. It wasn't too different, but it was different. They got they got some turnovers and different things like that too.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he's a really good player, and I think he allows them to be a little bit more versatile defensively, just because he can do so many things for you. I mean, he could be their best pass rusher. He can be solid in coverage. He can be one of their best tacklers. I think what it really came down to me, and Jamie, this is one of my biggest stats from the game. The defensive line and edge rooms, they combined for 7 quarterback pressures on 131 pass rushing snaps. That's not a good rate at all. I mean, that's almost 5%. Right. The linebackers, safeties, and cornerbacks had 7 pressures, just as many on 29 pass rushes.
Wow.
So really what I'm seeing is normally Michigan, when they're at their best defensively, their front four doesn't need help. They can create pressure on their own, right? We think about that Ohio State game last year.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the success was they didn't have to stack the box. They didn't have to send extra pass rushers. They were able to let those front four kind of do the dirty work, and then they had more guys in the secondary to make things happen. So I think what happened on Saturday is they had some success later in the game because they realized, hey, if we send a safety, it's going to work. The problem is that also means that's one less guy in coverage for you. That's one less guy tackling the guy after he's made the catch. So, I think, going into this season, a big part of if I was envisioning what it looked like for Michigan to make the playoff, they needed that front four to be as good as anyone in the Big Ten. And so far they haven't been that good. And the offense has to improve. The offense has further to go. But I think when you're playing a game on the road against a team like Oklahoma, you need your best players to be your best players. And I think the defensive line, I don't think they lived up to maybe what I expected from them, and certainly not what they expected out of themselves. I know they hold themselves to a high standard. So, yeah, I think really to me, there's lots of things we can pick apart about the passing game or the defensive, the tackling, some of the positioning, but Michigan doesn't win a lot of football games that they don't win in the trenches. And that goes back to, for decades and decades and decades. You got to that's what Michigan does, is they win in the trenches and they win football games. And if they don't, usually you need something fluky to happen. So, I think that to me, that's what it comes down to is, Michigan did not win the game in the trenches, and they've got some soul searching to do. I mean, these next 2 weeks are big. You mentioned Sharon Moore. Next week, he won't be a part of practices. How are you going to find out the best version of yourself if you're a Michigan offensive lineman or D lineman? And I know the O-line's got some injuries, so getting healthy is a part of that too. But if Michigan's going to contend for things this season, and they certainly still can. It was a non-conference game in the expanded playoff era, but if they're going to contend for things this season, they've got to find a little bit more oomph, a little bit more bite, a little bit more identity, whatever word you want to use. They got to find more in the trenches than what they showed on Saturday.
I agree. I agree with what you said, but as I told Jamie, I'm being hardest on the offensive coordinator,
sure,
because when you have those games like that, you got to be the difference. When your team is struggling, this is happening. So what are some plays that take advantage of that pass rush that they can pin their ears back right now because they have nothing else to worry about? What about traps? What about, those kind of things that make them go sideways and slow down that rush a little bit? So I'm being a little hard on the offensive coordinator about that one. I mean, yes, the O-line needed to play better. Yes, there were some things to be done. Well, when your team is like that, you got to be the difference. And I didn't see that. I didn't necessarily see that. So let's see what happens this week. I'm not totally down on that. It's an observation. It's an observation.
I think it's a fair one. I mean, look at the third downs. Michigan was 3 for 14 on third downs. That's, if you're a coordinator, that's your opportunity to dial up something, maybe mix it up, maybe try something different. Maybe you've got a trick up your sleeve or something in your bag that you can reach to and use it. And then on defense, they gave up 9 third downs on 17 attempts. And really, I think Michigan, honestly, they had the momentum in that third quarter. And then Oklahoma just kind of shut them up with an 8-minute, 27-second drive in the fourth quarter. It's like, you can't get off the field then. If you can't get a third down stop and their touchdown drive to open the game, 2 3rd and 9 conversions, and then a 4th and 1 inside the red zone. You get a stop there. Suddenly this game could look different. So yeah, I'm with you. I think finding a little bit more and for Wink Martindale, I mean he's been here a year, so just making sure he knows which buttons to push. I feel like he should expect to be. I mean, he should be further along than Chip Lindsey with the freshman quarterback. But yeah, I mean some of those screen plays early. Some of the I think that just the short yardage pass game, and then kind of, I mean, I don't know. Justice Haynes is really good, so I don't want to say like they abandoned the run game, but it is surprising that they were trailing by multiple possessions pretty much the whole game, and and they ended up running like 5 or 6 more times than they passed. So, yeah, I mean, lots to pick apart, right? They lost. They didn't want to lose. I think on paper they were expected to lose, but yeah, how do you respond? That's going to be how this season's defined.
I know it's 2 different levels, but my example was what we saw Monday with Minnesota. JJ was struggling in the first half, but the difference between his first half and the second half was the play calling and the culture. They did the dart route where they faked the handoff and he rolled out right for a touchdown. I mean, there was they came up with something to get him off of that skid he was on. And boy, when it got good to him, it got good to him. And then we saw the JJ that everybody knows is capable. So I go back to my offensive coordinator. I know Jamie thinks I'm a little hard on the coordinator, but yeah, I'm a little hard on the coordinator, man. You got to be the difference when things aren't going. You got to be the mastermind, and I did not see that out of the Michigan offensive coordinator. Just Chip, I didn't see that out of Chip. Don't mean Chip's not a good offensive coordinator. It's one game, but I'm criticizing him on that one.
This is the first. I think, and I think. And you helped me out, Zach. I think this was probably Chip Lindsey's biggest game ever. I mean, I'm thinking as an offensive coordinator, he's playing Oklahoma. You got 2 top 25 teams going against one another in a very, very hostile environment. I mean, it was crazy there. From the people I've talked to, I don't know if you traveled out there, Zach, but I was
there. Yeah.
And you tell me. I mean, was that environment, advantageous for you to be able to call plays and different things like that? I don't think those kids heard anything. They heard the guns go off. Again, these are young men that are still in growth. And what I mean is they're still growing. And when you got things going off, I get it. Now the players are getting paid. They should be doing their job, right? I get it. Do your job because you're getting paid now. That being said, they still looking around going, what the heck did we get into? You know?
Yeah. Oh, it's a huge factor. And on the other side, Oklahoma is as psyched up as ever because they've got their home crowd behind them. I mean,
exactly.
You play.
They feed off of it.
Yes. Yeah. No, because I've always said that about Michigan Stadium is, the biggest advantage is Michigan players are comfortable. They're hyped up. They don't have to find their own energy. It's already there for them. So yeah, I mean it's definitely tough. I mean that's kind of why before the season I had even looked at this and said this is probably not going to be a game Michigan wins. I mean unless they really figure things out in a hurry, this is probably Oklahoma's game to win. And next year Oklahoma's going to have to travel to Ann Arbor and Michigan will try to do the same thing. So
we need to bring our thunder. We need to have every fan that comes to Michigan. I don't care what you do. Bring a cowbell, bring this, bring that, bring everything. Make some noise. Sorry.
Yeah. No, all good.
Just saying. I mean, look, it was crazy in there. And, everybody's, we ain't got a quarterback. We got a quarterback. They just don't let him loose. I mean, they lied to us. They just I don't know what they was talking about. We let him loose. I'm gonna call somebody who gave money and tell them to stop giving money because they won't let him loose. That's all I heard. Let him loose.
I think that's the extreme, but. They could have done some things to help my man out. I mean, those are the extremes, let him lose. I'm not saying I'd have had him throw 30, 40 passes on Saturday. No, I'm not saying that either. But, they
did try the screenplay. They did try the screenplay. And every time we ran the screenplay, it looked like they knew what was coming.
Yep.
Hey, look out there. There's a screen coming. Because you want to know why? They saw the screen from last week from the New Mexico game. We've tried to run the same damn screen.
So using our OG way of thinking, when you got a D-line that's penetrating like that, there's one or two things that you go to, right? One is a screen. What's the other one?
Draw play.
A draw play, right. I didn't see a draw play.
Say? What did Jerome say about his quarterback on running? I mean, running plays. What did he say?
He said he wasn't ready. He didn't want him to do it yet, or
he said you got to have two quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Yep.
Thank you, Zach. I knew you would remember Zach.
Just in case one go down, but
exactly.
I hear you. And like I said, maybe it's too early to put all that on him. It was a non-conference game, so I get it. So maybe he was being maybe Sharon was being very, very cerebral on this one. So much so that even cerebral in a loss. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But I don't buy it all the way. You want to win at all costs.
Yes, we do want to win. Everybody
at all costs.
So
I don't care if you're playing Sisters of the Poor or Ohio State Buckeyes. You want to win both games.
That's a true statement. That is a true statement. And
okay.
I think they ran a couple plays, different plays, and they got up in different formations to do that. But they had injuries. They had injuries that
I hear you.
I'm just saying they had injuries to the tight end, the two tight ends. They had to use offensive linemen to play that two tight end.
And what happened? It worked.
They scored a touchdown. You're right.
Because they were thinking. They were creating. They were thinking. That's what I'm saying. They were creating. So now you have an offense, and you got the line. The whole thing. Just somehow be. I know it's the Michigan way. We run the ball down everybody's throat. That's how we win here at Michigan. Okay, but every now and then you might have to do something else to win. Am I making my point?
You mean putting it in the air?
Every now and then. Yeah, I know we win in Michigan, but we run the ball down your throat. I don't care who you are, what. We are Michigan. We're going to run it on you. But every now and then it's good to change your philosophy in order to win a game.
Yeah, give the defense something to think about. I mean, those two downfield plays when Bryce rolled out, you could see those linebackers. They didn't know what to do. They were in conflicts, and suddenly Channing Goodwin's open on the sideline, and it's like, okay, that's the long term. That's the long play. That's why you are so committed to the runs that you can open that kind of stuff up. At least I feel like that.
That's a great.
I gotta say, and when you're the offensive coordinator, you need to be what? Offensive. Offensive. I'm not going to take what you're giving me. I'm going to force you to stop what I'm doing.
Sure.
I'm the offensive coordinator. I'm on offense. Look up the definition of offense.
I get it. We get it.
Okay. All right.
We get it.
Right.
So, Zach.
Birthday boy is making some good points.
He made some points today. He's got the Mustafa. Mustafa infused in him yesterday. Got us all in that mood. So that's okay. We look. Now we move on. Now, Zach, you got 2 minutes to tell me about what you think about Sharon Moore being suspended and Biff Poggi being the interim head coach.
Yeah, I think Max Bredesen, after the game, we asked him about it, and he said, Sharon Moore's never been in a play with me. So I think for him and the captains, their mindset is like, this team's going to be successful if it's player-led, especially in games, in the adversity of games. And I don't think it'll necessarily come up quite as much this weekend, but next weekend they got to go on the road. They got to play another team that looked pretty good this past weekend. And so
that's in the Southwest.
Yep. That's this is a big couple weeks for Michigan's captains and their leadership, their veterans, to kind of show what kind of leaders they are, how they can stay together and how they can lead, because there's some younger guys that they're going to need. I mean, one guy's touching the ball every single play. Yeah. They need to step up and be focused, keep their composure, and not let this change what they've built. They spent all fall camp obviously trying to build this identity, this culture, this cohesion in game. Just because Sharon's not the one with the microphone doesn't mean that goes away. The season's way too important. It's more important than any individual person. And so, yeah, I think this is a big week for Michigan to kind of see some of these offensive players step up. I'd love to see like more of Jordan Marshall this week, and if the tight ends can get healthy, I'd love to get them some reps. Maybe a little bit more McCulley and Goodwin, just so you can go next week and feel good about that downfield passing game. But speaking broadly, yeah, I think this is going to be a good test for Michigan's captains and leaders because Biff is qualified. I mean, the players love him, right? He's recruited a lot of them, honestly, to Michigan, but they love him. But at the end of the day, this team's going to go as far as the captains and the senior leaders take him. That's what it's all about. And so, you get to find out what you have in terms of your leadership early on. So I'm excited to see it. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting into the suspension stuff. I don't have 20 minutes. I got 2 minutes. So, but yeah, in terms of the leadership and everything, I think guys like Max Bredesen, that this is going to be a big week for them to see how they can corral and lead this team, coming off of a loss.
Zach, really, really appreciate you coming on. We look forward to having you on a weekly basis now. And then you won't, we didn't silence you. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Glad to be back in your good graces. So
there's no good graces. Did we like suspend Zach or something?
Zach, you must have cussed or something on the radio. I don't know. I must have been. That must have been one of those days that I've mistaken Thanksgiving and Christmas or something.
Oh my God, no.
Also, congrats to Miz on the new afternoon gig. That's awesome, right, man.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, random board person who played audio there.
Yeah, Mr. Big Time Miz stopping by to hang out with us little people once in a while.
Whoa. You know that I am far from little. I think you know that more than belly up at the pretzel bell, try to have have a 3-course meal and try to out eat Zach and realize I may have been
won though
on this one.
Oh, you guys have a contest. We should have that.
I'm not going down that pathway again. Okay. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson 8 years ago. I'm perfectly fine with having, maybe a burger, and that's about it. I'll let Zach do all the heavy lifting of having, a 5-course meal and dessert to go with it.
Wow.
What's the line? If you can't win, don't play. So Miz is politely bowing out of the eating contest.
I am politely bowing out. I am a humble man. I respect when I am way over my head, and this is that time.
Zach, thanks again. We really appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
We're going to go to a break, and we'll come right back. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
Clear on the radio.
I better figure this out.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler, and the birthday boy himself, Larry Lee. We call him Big Sweet, and he can have all the sweets he wants today. Hey, what kind of birthday cake you getting?
Oh, we gotta find out. You gotta unmute yourself, Larry, so we know what kind of cake you're having.
You know what? I don't know, but one of my favorites is the I love a good German chocolate cake, man.
Ooh.
I love a good German chocolate cake.
With the coconut.
Do you like the coconut on it? Coconuts?
Yeah, I do. But that's the only way I can eat coconut.
Oh, okay.
I can't eat. I can eat it in that kind of a cake, but just to have some coconut on this or coconut on it, I feel the same way about strawberries. I can eat everything strawberry but the fruit.
So you can
weird?
eat strawberry
Shortcake,
jam?
strawberry, strawberry jam.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
jam. Yeah, strawberry jam. You know me and music. You know, I relate everything to
No,
music.
it ain't like that. No, I'm here. Rich likes you talking about the funk, baby.
Yeah.
You know,
Comment he put on Facebook. He says, Big Sweet, I heard you talking about liking the funk. Can you tell me some good funk tracks I should be listening to? I like some George Clinton, The Parliament, but who else should I check out?
oh man, I got plenty for you. You know, I tell you, a track I always love, man, is listen to George Duke, Reach For It. George Duke, Reach For It. I'm a Parliament Funkadelic nut. I love me some Parliament Funkadelic, man. So I do that. But, you know, Larry Graham, Cameo. You remember Cameo, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to be what you want me to be.
That
is, and what's the one? Just like candy. Oh, see, love some Cameo, all that old school funk. Now, here I go. Dayton, Ohio.
In Dayton.
Lakeside. Come along and ride on a fantastic voyage. Slave. Slide. Doom, boom, ba-doo, slide. Remember that one? Do-do-do-do.
Yep.
Roger Troutman is out. More bounce to the ounce. Okay, that's Roger Troutman. Ohio players say no more. Skin tight, all fire, all that's out of Dayton, Ohio. So, you can chew on that funk for a little while, and then I got some more for you after that.
Wow. You got what you asked for, Rich.
There you go. Big Sweet obliges.
Yes, I'm a funk. If I don't know nothing else, I know some old school funk now. All right.
So the schedule's better. It's tougher. It's stronger. The coaches, when you have a good 3-year run, offensive and defensive coordinators leave and come in. That being said, this is what's happening. They're in a transition. Yeah, but the players are still here. I mean, the core players are still here. They're re-signing their core players as we speak. Jamison Williams just got a new contract. And I mean, Hutch he's full strength. But I mean, what's off? What is off with this team? Why is this team not playing at an elite level that they played last year at? And it's only one game. I get it. It's only been one game.
Right. I'll start off by saying that. It's only one game, and I reserve judgment to see how they come out this week. Mm-hmm. But to answer the question about last week, I think in a little bit, in a few ways, they might be reading their own press clippings. And maybe thinking that, because we were so successful last year, half the battle's already won. No, you got to start all over again. And now you're doing it without two of the people that would help in your success last year, which were the coordinators who moved on because you were so successful.
Right.
So what I saw Sunday was I didn't see the intensity of the Lions that I saw from last year. Now maybe maybe it might be because of the soft training camps these years. And as you and I have said, maybe it's going to take 3 or 4 weeks to gel. But one thing that needs to be put together and not have to gel is your intensity. Maybe the coordination has to gel, but your intensity should never be on second gear.
Dan Campbell have to get after this team. I mean, look, he might
have to.
He's let this team become men. I mean, he treated them like dogs when they first started, and he kept them hungry. He made them being hungry when they went through the bad times. I'm saying the bad times, everything like that. Now, as they've grown, he's grown with them to the point, men, we can do this now. I know it's in our DNA. You've heard him say that many times.
Well, here's what I've said many times.
Yes.
Is there are a lot of coaches that are great at turning programs around. There are a lot of coaches that are great at getting programs to respectability. But are they championship caliber quarterbacks? I mean, championship caliber coaches to take your team over that last hurdle to become champions. That was my knock on your old teammate, Harbaugh, up until they finally won one there. Right. My knock was Harbaugh is great at turning the program around and getting them up, and who's better than us? Nobody, and all that kind of stuff. But now can you cross that threshold to win a championship? And so I need Dan Campbell to be that kind of coach now. I need him to be that championship caliber quarterback and not the rebuild good coach. That makes sense?
Yes, it makes sense. But look, for Dan Campbell, he is the essence of that team.
Yes.
He is the essence of Detroit. People say Dan Campbell understands us here in Detroit. The whole grit thing, this and that. We're gritty, we build things. And
but grit only takes you so far. Then you're gonna need some schematics. You're gonna need some diagrams. You're gonna need something else other than the pure muscle or grit to build this building. You know what I'm saying? It takes more than
you need an offensive line.
It takes more than brick and mortar.
Right. I get it. You're gonna need an offensive line because you got a new. I'm sorry. It needs to be said. They don't have what they used to have.
No.
There's a veteran guy who's not on that team anymore. He's the Frank Ragnar. I mean, he is no longer.
They don't have what they used to have in a lot of different ways, to include the offensive and defensive coordinators from last year.
I get that, but the coaches are hearing now. I get it. You just look, like I said, Jared Goff. I'm telling you, Jared Goff has got.
I agree with you 1,000%.
And then I don't know who's the defensive leader. I don't know who should take that defense over.
Probably an Anzalone or either your boy
or Aiden Hutchinson. Right. I get it, but they've got to take ownership. I'm not saying not a rah. I'm not looking for rah guys. I'm looking for guys that say, "I'll do it. Damn it, I'm that guy."
Yeah.
Take control, because that's what they need. They need player leadership now, not coaches leadership. They know what Dan's doing, and Dan's already got them. You guys are adults now. You know what to expect. You know what to do.
Right.
But what I saw on Sunday, this past Sunday, was a team that was probably they're 3 years. They're 3 years in, and is the dream over now? Is it over?
That, Jamie, you said a mouthful. That's what I've been saying all along. I'm not saying we have. I'm hoping we have not missed our window. I'm hoping that window is not closed. And it's way early. It's very early. It's very, very early. But I got to see more out of my beloved Lions than I saw last Sunday. Last Sunday, they looked like, okay, and that might be because of this lack of preseason preparation, unlike what we went through. Week one, was week 1. You were prepared for week 1. Or you were calcified. You
Right.
know, but now, you know, hey, it might take 3 or 4 games for them to get calcified and come back to order and all that. So I'll get a first-hand look this weekend because it's
Right.
Lions
You'll be
alumni
at the
weekend.
game. Exactly.
And I'll be at the game, and they'll limp us out there to wave to the fans one more time, and we'll limp out there and say, "Hey," all that.
Are you gonna have a blue jacket on? You gonna have the Honolulu blue on?
You know what? I have one, but I won't wear it. I didn't wear it. I haven't worn it. It's kind of like I'll keep it as a souvenir or something.
I just wondered. I mean, that would be great.
A keepsake. That's what I'm saying. A keepsake. So the beauty about this Sunday is my little brother. I was very close to Robert during his Lions days. Robert Porcher is going in the Ring of Honor, and actually, in about 15 minutes, we may be.
Well, Mitch is putting it together. Our special guest is coming on, and the partner, he wants to come on too. So everybody,
that's going to be a nice little reunion.
Yeah, that'll be a nice little reunion.
In a lot of ways, me, you, we can all sing "Kumbaya."
Yeah, and we can all sing "Happy Birthday" to you. It's a nice little happy birthday to you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. It's a happy birthday.
Don't feel old because those are your boys. You know what I'm saying? Because
I know.
You remember when they were 21.
Yeah, and you know what? They probably gonna remind me too, man. They probably between the two, they probably gonna bring up a story. Big Sweet. You know this. Okay, man. Good. So that's the one thing I do miss. I was involved in the NFL for 16 years, 8 as a player and 8 as an executive. And I was blessed to go through a couple of generations. My generation, my teammates, Billy Sims, all of Doug English, that. Yeah. And then I got the honor of being in the front office during the next generation, the Barry Sanders, Robert Porcher. So, man, once again, I go back to that blessing, man. And we got a lot of stories, and I had fun with our guys. I was management, and we probably had a different player management relationship than most, man. I could laugh and joke with those guys, talk noise with them, just like, I was cool enough to understand their walk and their talk, and I would let them have it sometimes. They get on me sometimes, and but then it was nothing but love and respect, and I negotiated most of their contracts, So, in today's world, that don't happen where the guy negotiating your contract is a friend or a buddy or whatever. You just get her done. You get her done, man. And I had a great rapport with my guys. They knew I was going to shoot them straight. They knew they could get a straight answer from me, and I treated them like men. That's the best thing you do. Best thing you can do.
Wow, I look. Now when you generally have these kind of things, you pick the team you can most beat. You know that, right?
Right.
So everybody goes home happy. Robert Porcher's happy. Everybody. I'm just pointing out the obvious around here. I'm just an obvious guy. So they better win, or that's gonna be a bad sight. I'm just saying.
They're playing the Bears, right? So
the Bears, that 85 team, they celebrate the 85 team, but they ain't celebrated too. That ain't a celebration, really.
But there's some intangibles. Me and intangibles. Right. Ben Johnson coming back in the door. That's another intangible. And then he took what's his name with him? What's the old Steeler wide receiver?
What's his name? I know what you're talking about. I saw him on the sideline. What's the wide receiver?
Randall L.
Antoine Randall L., University of Indiana.
Yep.
He took him with him, and he's coming back home now to the Lions, for this because he was on the coaching staff for a while. So, it's gonna be an interesting game. But I besides watching the game, I'm just very, very ecstatic about Robert going into the Ring of Honor, the Pride. He is well deserved.
And this happens at halftime, right?
Yes, at halftime.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a good week. And it's always a good week. The Lions, contrary to popular belief, they're one of the best teams at alumni weekend in the league. They do a great job of their alumni weekend, bringing the alumni back and having a good weekend full of, hopefully I'll see Billy Sims this weekend, and all the guys, my old teammates, the Doug Englishes. And
I hope he give you some barbecue. Give me that salt.
Hey, better bring some barbecue with it. Barbecue.
Don't come unless you bring a barbecue.
But for our OG Lion fans, my teammates, Gary Danielson, Gary Cobb, Bill Gay, all those guys, David Hill, Jimmy Spider-Man Allen, and all those guys. A bit good with Horace King, Dexter Bussey, good guys. Dexter is very familiar with Are you familiar with Dexter's U of M connection?
Oh, well, really? You don't think I know this? Are you serious?
There is a Michigan connection with Dexter.
There is a Michigan connection. You know that. I know who it is. It's Ron Bellamy.
That's his son-in-law.
And he's got what's Tim Biakabatuka.
Yeah. Boy, you on it. You are on it.
Really? Dexter had 2 daughters. You remember?
Dexter had 2 daughters.
He got 2 daughters.
And they both married Michigan men.
Well, why wouldn't it? They're Michigan women.
That's true.
They're Michigan women. So why Michigan stays with Michigan? You know that.
And you won't find a more classier family than the Bussies and the Biakabatukas and what's Ron Bellamy and the classy family, man. And my nephew Dexter's other son, Kobe, he called and wished me a happy birthday today. So. Good stuff, man. It's going to be a good weekend. Good weekend. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a great weekend. And I hope the whole family gets together. I hope everybody gets together.
I know.
I'm just hoping for a big victory for the Lions and for Robert Porsche.
Me too.
So we can all reminisce and say it was a great time.
You know what's great for me, Jamie, is when the second tier guys, the guys that were on the team when I was in the front office,
right?
When they come up to me like this weekend and say, "Big Sweet, man, oh, thank you so much, man. If it wasn't for you doing this or if it wasn't for you doing that," I get that every year from Johnny Morton. Big Sweet, I was a typical California kid till I got with you, man, and you helped me through that transition. I had one, Eric Stokes, with tight end, man. Last year, boy, he gave me the biggest hug and said, "Big Sweet, man, you know what? I wasn't even thinking about life after football till I got with you, and you got me in that 401k plan. You made me stay in that 401k plan. I'm sitting on almost $1 million right now because of that." I was like, "Well, thank you, man. Well, give me a couple $100,000 or something. Slip a brother $50,000 here or there." No. But that's what I love most about this weekend is connecting with my old teammates, but hearing and seeing the guys behind us when I was in the front office, and seeing them and their wives and it's a big love. I did 2 decades worth of work at the Lions or in the Lions organization, so I'm entrenched. I bleed blue blood.
Wow, a Packer fan wishing the Lions make the Super Bowl. Wow, that's pretty good.
Wow.
Man, first Rich asks about some great funk stuff, and he starts rubbing in the face that he's a Packer fan.
Exactly. What the hell?
We're joking, Rich.
Rich, we're just joking. I'm having fun with
you. Well, we do have Rashad over there, so there is some Michigan love over there in Green Bay.
Yeah, Rashawn
Gary.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty good game on Sunday. I mean, it could be worse.
I'd say he did. And like he said, once they get their act together, meaning him and Micah.
Ooh, that's gonna be a force to be reckoned with, man.
It's gonna be nasty.
I want to wish the best to Michael Parson. He did an outstanding job for us here down in Dallas. Now I can focus on completely signing Micah Parsons. And what's that? Oh, damn. I messed up.
All right, we got to put this together. So let's.
Okay, so I guess while we put, I guess we'll put this together. I don't know how we're doing this.
Oh, we're gonna call.
Okay.
We're gonna call Robert and call the other person.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
And then it's me and Sweet will be here, and you will be here.
Okay.
All right.
That's what's coming up here
on the other side. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050. Hey, can you send Ms. Robert's number?
They're on the radio.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I'm sending him. You don't have James's, do you?
Nope, I don't have any of the numbers.
I got you, brother. I got you.
Okay.
We've had James
hook it up.
before. I know that, but I'm hooking you up with this one right now, boy. That's my boy. Oh, I'm calling him. Why would I call him? I'm looking. I'm dumb as shit sometimes.
I gave Robert the link too, so he might be just checking in on his own.
Well, remember, he's running around. Remember, he was saying to you, I'm
exactly.
running around. So I'm just.
Yep, there he is on the.
Oh, he already there. Look at him. He already there.
Just bring him in so that y'all can reminisce.
That's great. What's up, Rob?
Hey, what's happening, man? How y'all
I'm
doing?
good, man. Hey, man, I want you to meet Jamie Morris, man, the co-host of the radio show, former University of Michigan great and Washington Redskin great. You might know his brother, Joe Morris, running back for the Giants.
I can't say my brother Joe Morris. Don't introduce me to Joe. No, I'm joking. I'm joking with you. Everybody, that's Joe's brother. That's Joe's brother.
That's Joe's brother. You the little brother. You the little brother, man. Always will be, and don't you forget it.
That's funny.
Hey, Rob, man, I was telling them all, man, how proud I am of you and how we go back, man. You going into the Pride this weekend, man, well deserved. And, we're going to have you on there in a second, man. But, man, this is one of my guys, man, my guy. I had some guys, but this is my guy right here, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Love me some Robert Porsche, man. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, brother, as always. You know that.
You got anything planned? Anything special, man? How's the family? Everybody good?
Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody's good. Everybody's coming out. So we're going to have a good time, man.
We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Good time. So anything you want to specifically say this weekend, or show some accolades, or when we come back on the air, I'll just
man, I'm just appreciative, and I'm just gonna enjoy the moment, man, this weekend, and that's about it. Something I've thought about for a while, so I'm just gonna enjoy and take it in, man.
Rightfully deserved. 13 years, 3 Pro Bowls.
Yeah.
3 All-Pros. 13 years, 3 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pros.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Rob. What's our boy, your old agent? You ever talk to him anymore? What's he doing?
Ricky left.
Ricky.
Yeah.
How's Ricky doing?
I talked to him. He's good. He lives in Charlotte.
Okay. I gotta catch up with Ricky.
He lost his son, man, about almost a year ago. Unexpectedly. Yeah, which was
wow.
real tragic. Yeah, Evan was, I don't know, 36, 37.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I gotta give Ricky a call, man. I don't have much.
I'll shoot you his number.
Okay.
Did he get sick, Robert?
No, they never said. I didn't ask, but it was just all of a sudden. So, it could have been anything.
We're back here in about 30 seconds. I got James on hold.
Okay.
I don't have much ass left because Ricky ate my ass up when we was negotiating Robert's contract. Ricky took all my ass. I don't have no ass left. Ricky beat me up, man. He beat me up. Well deserved though.
All right, guys, we're coming back from commercial breaks. Stand by.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler. And the birthday boy is up in the house. He's, Route 66. That tells you how old he is today. Big Sweet himself, Larry Lee. And Larry, you do the introduction of our guest right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great privilege to announce this gentleman here. This gentleman here, I know it sounds weird for two big old guys, to say big brother, little brother, whatever, but man, I was one of the Lions, executives during his playing days. And, man, I think the world of this guy. 13 years in the NFL, 3 Pro Bowl appearances, 3 All-Pro appearances. And this weekend, he's going into Pride of the Lions. It's the Ring of Honor around the stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Porcher.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that.
How'd I do,
man.
Rob? Did I do
good? Man, you did good. Well, you're accustomed to performing in front of others, so I knew you was gonna do me right.
And we got a secret guest for you, Robert. We brought on James Hall, one of your teammates.
My God.
You won't see him. He's driving, but you can talk to him. James, say hey.
That's my guy, man.
What's up, General? What's up, General? What's up, fearless leader?
Jay Hall, that's my guy, man. James was just, man, when he came in, I remember James got drafted, man, with us, man. He was quiet. He didn't say anything. He just kind of pretty much just kept his nose down to the ground and did all the things, man. And really, when he got in, he took advantage of all the opportunities, but he really made an impact right away on special teams, man. And once he did that, then he just kind of just became, man, just a great player, great teammate, man. And I really, really, man, enjoyed my years playing with James. James is one of the guys that I said I had to have at the event this weekend, man, because, for me, at the end of my career, James was the one who actually came in and, took my spot. And, a lot of guys would be bitter about stuff like that, but I wasn't, because, when you're in the NFL, man, no matter what you think, and Larry can attest to this also, it's you're just keeping the seat warm for a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. Then whether or not you want to give it up, or sometimes you just give it up, or injury force cause you to give it up, then it's somebody else's seat, and then it's their turn, man. So for me, man, it was just great that person was James, and I knew that he kept it in good condition, man, because he'd been part of the boys for such a long time, man. So this weekend, man, I'm gonna be paying tribute to a lot of the guys, man, that I played with, that helped make this possible for me, and James is definitely at the top of this list.
What's up, James?
What's up, Brother Lee?
I'm good, man. Hey, you never think you'd hear me on a University of Michigan radio show?
Never, man. But I'm glad you're here, man. It's good to hear your voice.
I know, same here, man. I was saying, when Jamie, when we talked about this happening, man, I said, sure, man. And then we start talking, and all the guys we know, man. When your name came up, I said, oh, man, James Hall, man. That's great. I'm so glad we could connect you two together, man, because both of you, I was that was great that when I was in the front office, man, I had a chance to hang around you two gentlemen, 2 team leaders, 2 guys, man, and at the time back then, me and James used to go at it about Michigan and a few other people at Michigan, and here I am doing a Michigan radio show, James.
I love it, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
You still in New Orleans?
No, when I left New Orleans to come to Michigan, I had no intention of coming back, going back. So it was like, I'm either going to graduate and get a job, or I'm going to pack up my bags and I'm just going to walk until I figure it out, but I'm not walking back to New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Nothing wrong with that.
That was my goal.
Rob, with the recent success the Lions are having, man, we got some things we can flash back to, man. Like during the 90s, man, people don't realize. I think if I'm correct, we went to the playoffs 6 out of 10 years in the 90s, and then that defense. Some of your fellow defensive guys, our guys, Chris Spielman, Benny Blades, Eventually, we brought Pat Swilling in the door, Jerry Ball. I mean, we had a defense at one time, I counted, we had like 13 all-pros on one team to include, guys like Lomas, Kevin Glover, Barry, Herman. We were loaded. Jason Hansen, kicker, Arnold, the punter, Pro Bowlers all over the place, man. So I think that they're trying to restore the roar, and hopefully they will, with Coach Campbell and what's going on now. And I'm a little nervous, though. I'm a little nervous about some things, but I'm gonna see how they play out.
Yeah, well, I'm not nervous. I just think, just watching the game this past Sunday, to me, it just kind of looked. They just didn't look to me like they were in game shape. I don't know how much they played. The starters played in the preseason, but to me, that's what it looked like. I still thought, even with how messy it started, they still had a chance to get back in the game, but they just made some mistakes, man, in that third quarter and at the end of the second, and just kind of got away from them. But they'll learn. They'll have to learn. I think they'll be fine.
Jamie has a word called calcified. That they're not calcified yet because they haven't gone through much. Unlike the training camps we used to have to go through, and that whole thing. So maybe they got to get calcified.
Yeah, training camp is a lot different now.
Yeah, it's a country club now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but that's progress, man. Because heck, I'm pretty sure our training camps were a lot easier compared to what you guys had. So
yeah,
when you guys first got in, when y'all first went into the league, so
there's a difference in. A lot of differences.
Big Sweet thinks that maybe not having the coordinators, they moved on to become head coaches, and the new coordinators, there may be something missing between that too. I mean, this team is. I mean, you got the head coach still there, but those coordinators were very key in the situation.
Yeah, but you know what? That's all a part of it when you have success. Now Dan Campbell's coaching tree is starting to take, sprout branches. So it is nothing that nobody else who has. I mean, imagine back in the days when the 49ers and Green Bay under Holmgren, heck, seemed like almost every year their coordinators were going. And Bill Belichick had that same problem too for a while, but those guys that left him, none of them seem to really do too well to me, but I think they'll be fine. Here we are 3-4 weeks from now still having this kind of conversation, then I'd be a little bit concerned, but I think they'll be fine.
Well, Robert, we want to be cognizant of your time, man. I know you're ripping and running today, and you came on here only because Big Sweet asked you to, and I appreciate that, man. I'm telling you, Jamie, this is one of my favorites, man. Two of my favorites.
Yeah,
yes,
and got Mr. James Hall on there, man. That just made my day.
I'm glad.
I'll see him this weekend, but yeah, man, that made my day, man.
That's great. I'm glad we could do that. And I'll see you this weekend too, Rob, man. Appreciate you.
Right,
cool. I love you, man. And
love y'all too, man.
Thanks for your time, man.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Robert. We appreciate it.
All right, man.
Jay Hall, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming on. You see, it made him happy, man. I told you.
Contrary to what you believe, Jamie, people do like me.
They love. I mean, hey, dude, he loves you.
Contrary to what you believe.
I'm just saying, that's the first person I ever heard. That was emotional. I thought he was about to lose it when he said James Hall. I thought he was tearing up, Jay.
I can still see James over there in that locker over there, man. James was a like Robert said, a silent leader, man. He was a leader, didn't say much, but when he spoke, they listened, and that was I love all those guys that were on that team during my front office days. We go back and forth with each other, and I was still young enough to hang and talk a little noise to them, and they talked noise to me, and we had a lot of fun back then.
Oh yeah, it was nothing like being in that Silverdome at all.
Yeah.
Everybody lived close to each other. We all hung out together. Everybody in the organization hung
Everybody.
out together, man. It was a great time to be a Detroit Lion.
It was. And it looks like they're trying to bring it back, and hopefully they exceed what we were able to do out there. We need them to bring home the trophy, man. Detroit would go ballistic if the Lions
whole
won
damn state would go crazy. Are you kidding me? It would be a parade for the next 6 days.
James, do you get back to Ann Arbor much?
Once or twice a year.
Okay.
Once or twice a year. I'll be up there. Friday and Saturday for the Central Michigan game.
Okay.
See the mighty Michigan Wolverines take the field.
Well, I'll see you. Are you coming to the banquet Saturday night?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be wherever Robert's able to be. Like, I mean, wherever you want to be, I'll be there.
All right. Well, I'll see you this weekend too. I will be at the festivities, man. I can't wait to see all you guys, man. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a great time. Great time, man. But thank you guys so much for having me on, man. I really appreciate you giving me an opportunity to speak on my brother, my big brother, my mentor, Robert Porcher.
Awesome.
Good man.
Thanks,
good man.
James. Really appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you, James. All right.
I'm glad we could bring the guys together. That was awesome.
That was good.
Dude, he was emotional with James on there. And I'm not surprised because I love James to death. I mean, he is my little big brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right,
he is a good young man, and he did learn a lot. He learned a lot.
So how did y'all become so close other than being Michigan alumni?
I worked at Michigan, and I used to see James, and he was a young man who we were at this camp for camp. It was a women's camp, the first women's football camp, and we went over there and we were together talking, and we just hit it off. Been friends ever since. It's been great. So he's great. He's a great young man. He's done really well for himself. So, and if I knew him and Robert were real close because he said Robert taught him some things, and he grew up, and he's like, hey, he kept, like Robert said, he kept his head down and he not being seen, different things like that, and he got better.
Well, I tell you, all those guys during that period, I call them all my little brothers. From Barry to Herman to Benny Blades, Chris Spielman, all of them. I call them all my little brothers, man. And I had a special relationship with those guys. Being a front office guy, and I was one of the guys few guys have been blessed to cross over. That not only from a player up to the front office. Now, these guys got trust in me, and I'm negotiating some of their contracts, and I'm doing all that, and I'm keeping them, talking to them about various things, and we did have that trust factor, and they knew I would never lie to them, and when it was something that I couldn't really tell them, I'd say, hey man, we're gonna have to play this one out, but every now and then, if I had a tidbit I could slip to them to help them out, I would, and I'm still close to all of them to the day. I could call them all up to Barry, even Barry right now, and just and get a return call. That's a beautiful thing. So, and once again, I can't tell y'all.
Again, I need a win. This young man deserves a win at his day. I'm just saying.
That's what they need. They got to, man. And I was gonna say, no one more deserving than there's no more of a Lion deserving than Robert Porcher. I mean, Robert Porcher, he was a team leader, class act, small college, come in from South Carolina State,
right.
#1 draft pick, and from day one coming in, it was never too big for Robert, never too big. He walked right in and commanded his presence, and now it's paying off. Yes, sir.
Right. So it's always
thanks, Miz, and everybody for making that happen.
Oh, you guys were the ones that set it up. I was just the one that made the phone call to James. That's all. I didn't do anything.
Quit being so damn humble, man.
I'm just humble man today. I'm just
a humble individual, man.
What would Lou Holtz say?
I tell you what, right now, that getting the chance to hear from Robert Porcher, that's let me tell you right now, Robert Porcher, when you think of great Lions players, that is the one guy that you want to have on your squad. It's Robert Porcher. And James Hall's an outstanding Wolverine. I may not like the Wolverines, but I tell you what, James Hall turned out to be an outstanding individual for not just Michigan alum, but for the Detroit Lions as well. And I'm proud of both of those gentlemen, especially Robert, getting to the circle of the Lions den. They deserve that.
Well, Coach, it was a pleasure meeting you. And, man, when I played with Robert was one of the top players on defense. I was one of the top players on offense. And we just got together, man. And Robert Porcher, but nothing but great things to say about Robert Porcher. He played 13 years. I played 19. And, I'm in the Ring of Honor, so I'm welcoming my boy, Mr. Robert Porcher, in the Ring of Honor, and I'm Lomas Brown.
My goodness, is that my man, the Lions legend, the All-Pro, number 75 in your playbook, Mr. Lomas Brown? That is one outstanding guy.
Cole, how you doing, Cole? Thank you, Cole. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cole.
I don't know if I can do a good Lomas Brown impersonation, but let's see. Hi. That's the best I can give you right there. Right? An outstanding job there to bring on a bunch of Lions legends. That is outstanding.
Oh my God.
We're having too much fun.
Too much. It was good. We covering it, man. We covering it. We got to make sure. Like I said, Ben Johnson coming to town. Coming to town. Y'all might be ready.
I know. No more Panay Sewell in motion.
Yeah, that's true.
Catching passes and all that stuff.
Ben Johnson's gonna put a trick play in. You know that.
Don't know what's coming. Something's coming.
He got something good cooking.
He want to remind Lions fans of what they're missing.
Exactly. I'm just saying. I mean, everybody's told. When I said Ben Johnson going to the Bears, everybody said he ain't going to the Bears. He doesn't want to play Dan. Dan's like a dad to him. I'm like, hey, Dan ain't like no dad to him. Maybe a cousin.
Hey, what's my bank account number?
Right.
I love you, but I got to go. That was some song. I love you, but I got to go. That was Cheryl Lynn. What was that? To be real, or something like that. At the end, she go, I love you, but I got to go.
Oh, my goodness. But no, it's always good to bring the Lions on and see them. I mean, you see how they act. They have love for one another.
Yeah, we're gonna have more and more over the time, and I'll connect with a lot of my old. I call them my little brothers. I know that's weird, but they were all my little brothers, man. So we'll have some more, and even for us OGs, man. I'll get on some of my old teammates, the Billy Sims and some of them guys that come on, man, and we'll share the airwaves with our Michigan connections.
Well, that'd be cool. That's always good. I love that. That's a great opportunity to have that.
Hey, if we can have Keith Byers on, we can have others on too, right?
Yeah.
We had Keith. You said it. We had Keith on before. You said that's the first time a Buckeye ever been on this show.
That's a true statement, though.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a true statement.
Well, we're
you know who Miz always picks at me with? Who's my friend, Miz?
Oh, that's your boy, the Buckeye, who's now part of the front office there. Talking about one, Mr. Chris Spearman. He ain't his best friend.
Never been on Big Sweet, but he my good friend. They say that's what they say.
You know, I would love to have Chris on, but Chris probably wouldn't come on. Not because he wouldn't want to, just because he's private. Chris is too much. He's just a real private guy. Yeah, he's a private kind of guy. But we'll have on several more my little brothers, man. They, you know, all those cats from the 90s and from the 90s, man. Good era for the Detroit Lions. Now hopefully
the 90s were good.
Good era. So yep.
Like you said, they went to playoffs and different things like that. They did their playoff thing.
We didn't do squat once we got there, other than the '91 season, making it to the championship game. Got beat by your Redskins.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Were you there then?
I was not there. I was in New England.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay.
I was at home.
You know what? The Redskins had our number all the years I played for the Lions. We could not beat the Redskins, man. We a couple of games we had them, and I go back, and you know that's why I know that D line so well, man, because they're etched in my mind, man. Charles Mann, Darrell Grant, Dave Butts, and my boy Dexter Manley, man. They had a good front squad, but we could not beat the Redskins back then, man. And then proven in the '91 NFC Championship game. I was in the front office then, but they had our number that day too. Barry could not get going. So Redskins have had the Lions number. That's last year, right?
Yeah.
The saga continues.
They came. Wait a minute. They came. They saw, and they whooped that butt.
The saga continues, man. So maybe it come back down to those two in the NFC Championship game this year. Let's see.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, you know what? This is a hard year to pick. Who's going? I mean, look. Common wisdom tells you that maybe maybe there'll be a repeat. But I mean, now that Jim Harbaugh's got it better than everybody.
Right.
I mean,
I don't know. Yeah,
you could have the Chargers, the LA Chargers in the Super Bowl. I mean, hey, against Lamar Jackson and his brother John.
That would be an interesting take. What if Harbaugh made it as the Chargers coach against JJ at the Vikings?
Minnesota.
How about that? What would that? JJ going against his old coach and that whole thing. There's a little nostalgia going on there.
I think Jim would be a proud.
I think he would too.
Father, but he'll be a proud coach because that's his guy. That's the guy that got him over the hump.
Now was Jim a part of the '85 Bears? Was he backup quarterback? No, he wasn't there then. No. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right.
Jim, he wasn't part of the '85 Bears. No, but then when he got drafted in '86 to go to the Bears, he was there.
Okay, he got there in '86. Okay.
They were. Wait a minute, McMahon was pissed. Was really upset. Because he's like, what do we need that quarterback for? They're putting you together with glue and Band-Aids, bro. I mean, he was beat up.
Jimmy's my man. I'm tight with Jimmy. Jimmy hired my band to play a Super Bowl party he had in Tampa that year, 1 year. It was the year the Steelers played the Cardinals in Tampa in the Super Bowl, the year the Steelers beat the Cardinals.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I had 3 shows at the Super Bowl. One was Jim McMahon's party. The second one was the NFLPA hired me, and I was the entertainment for the Steelers after they won the Super Bowl. So that was a good weekend for me. I put on Facebook that I got a love-hate relationship with the '85 Bears. I hated playing against them twice a year because they had that front seven, Dent,
right. Yeah.
Singletary, you name it, McMichael, you name it. But I loved them because afterwards we all became kind of boys.
Well, you didn't like them, you beat them. You were the only one that beat them that year.
That was that was in Miami. So that was,
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you beat them.
But later later I became boys with Dave Durison. God rest his soul.
Yes, God rest in his soul. Yes.
We became good friends, and like I said, Jim McMahon hired my band for a party in Tampa, and Richard Dent. I played Richard Dent's Hall of Fame party with my band in Canton. So those guys, Otis Wilson and I still talk on occasion. I'm still tight with Ron Rivera. I talk to Ron every now and then. Singletary, I see Mike every now and then. We played in the Japan Bowl my senior. You went over to the Japan Bowl.
Yeah, I went to the Japan Bowl.
And on the way over, me and Mike Singletary shared a whole row in the middle of a 747. Man, that was my dog. Me and Mike had the whole row to ourselves. But going and coming to Japan. But good old stuff, man. Good stuff. And congrats once again to the 85 Bears and a couple of guys, and Mongo, Steve McMichael, God rest his, and my boy Todd Bell. We all know the story of Todd Bell.
Right.
Todd sat out. He sat out the whole year in 85. What a year to sit out, right? Over contract negotiation. And he missed the Super Bowl.
We need to go to a break. I got question of the day, Miz.
Oh, cool.
I got one.
You got one?
Who is the key player in Michigan football to keep this team rolling? What's going to be the motion that keeps this team going when Sharon Moore's on a let's just call it a hiatus? He's just gone for 2 weeks, but who's that motivator? Who's that guy who's going to come back?
All right.
Okay.
Who's going to play? Who's going to do? Who's going to – I already know. I know who I'm choosing. But you guys on the other side, I'll help you out, Big Sweet, because, you just relatively –
I got somebody, though.
Okay, you got somebody. All right. You can't you can't always say Bryce Underwood.
No,
you know that, right?
Right. You know. Right, okay. I get it. I guess it.
You're listening to the M Zone on the big 1050.
Clear on the radio.
Thanks. I gotta go lock this door. Hey Siri, restart my device.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first. Just to confirm.
Thank you. Way to go. Okay. Becky, this is Jamie. I need to be home at 6:15, correct?
Great message there from Robert. It's a special treat to have Robert and James on the show. The party enjoyed the most was seeing Big Sweet just light up talking to those guys. It's a heck of a birthday gift right there, Big Sweet.
See, there you go. You gave yourself a birthday gift. You know he's on mute. Does he know he's on mute?
No, I didn't until you just said it.
Just trying to help.
I was just talking to him. Okay, now I knew I was on him.
I'm just trying to help. I was like, hey, does he know he's on mute? I don't know if he's on mute. Okay, now I'm getting emails again. Don't ever do a download when you're in at the office. I'm downloading stuff and everything. I'm like, what? Why is it not working? We're connecting. We're in again. I don't know. Siri, what year did Mike Tomczak get drafted?
Tomczak got drafted in 90, 91?
85.
85?
That's what somebody sent to me.
You know, we bought Mike was a quarterback for the Lions. We brought him in for a year and a half. Year and a half.
Siri, what year did Mike Tomczak get drafted?
All right, we're coming back from breaks. Stand by, guys.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler, and the birthday man himself. You see, you too old to be the birthday boy. You the birthday man himself.
The birthday grandpa. No.
I didn't say grandpa. 734-998-1050. 734-998-1050. Give us a call. The player or person that's going to help Michigan motivate and get these next two victories. Well, really, it's going to keep us rolling, get us back on track. What is that? Who is that person that is going to do that?
I'm going with an unconventional player. Not unconventional. He is a captain. But I need him to step up and kind of take charge, and that's Derek Moore. Okay. I think Derek Moore needs, if he can really start producing some Aiden Hutchinson type plays, then his voice will resonate a little deeper, and I think he's capable. And from a player's point of view, I'm going with Derek Moore.
Okay, I like that. But. And I hate to. This guy right here. He hasn't played in a year and a half. Has been telling everyone he's coming back. He's coming back. We weren't sure when he was coming back. He was supposed to come back last week.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Rob Moore.
Yeah,
Rob Moore, the safety.
I thought about that one. Yeah.
He is that guy. If he comes back and plays and does the things that he did before, my goodness, he will make this team really come together. And he too is also a captain.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, either way, we both want more.
Exactly. We do want more. We want more. Rob Moore, I'm telling you, if Rob Moore gets out there and does his thing, he will get it done.
I kind of agree with you with Rod Moore. I mean, the guy that missed out on all of last season, definitely, because he's hungry.
Yeah.
He's hungry to get back into the swing of things. And, and it sounds like he might actually, he might actually, come back for this upcoming game on Saturday. I mean, I think he definitely adds a huge impact, on the defensive side of things. But I think in the all around, I think that kind of helps out a little bit too. But I think even more so, like Ben Bredesen, Mad Max Bredesen, I think has got to be another guy, especially on the offensive side of the ball, that adds a huge, lift of things for the Wolverines, especially on the offensive side. And I guess he did. I didn't think he was on the field for any of the plays in that Oklahoma game, but I guess I caught a couple of glimpses and I did see 44 on the field. So I guess that may have been the reason why I didn't see it. Just kind of maybe half watching it because I was focused on trying to get highlights for, what could have been a good post-game show. But
right.
Lo and behold, did not pay attention all too much, but, Mad Max was on the field for the most part. But, no, I think when you look on the defensive side, right, definitely Rod Moore. Offensively, definitely got to be Max Bredesen. No doubt in my mind.
I think Bredesen being in there too was a key. And when he was out, we lost some things.
Mm-hmm.
We lost some things, yeah. I mean, you're right about that. 734-998-1050. What's up, Hadley?
Am I on? Okay.
You're on.
What
did you think?
I don't know. Usually Mustafa is number one.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mustafa, I'm not making fun of anything, but the way Mustafa was talking the other day, I think if we lose to Michigan State, he needs 24-hour care.
That may be true. I agree with that. He may need some.
Yeah.
He's been lied to.
Boulevard Bridge. Yeah, from jumping off the bridge or whatever else. Well, if we let him go over there, I would think, if Michigan was nice, they'd let him come over, watch practice, see the quarterbacks, and see how they play, and just be content with that. You think that would calm him down a little bit?
Yeah, he just doesn't want to be lied to. That's all.
Well, who's lying to him?
Well, he listened to what the coaches were, what he was told, and he thought they didn't tell me the truth.
Okay, well, if he says so, I mean, we've been hearing a lot of stuff lately, but I don't know. Anyway, that was a good choice, Jamie. I was going to mention that too, but I'll mention Mr. Evans. I think he's been doing well so far. Let's see him keep it up.
Yeah, I got you.
And then our other running back, he needs to step it up too.
You talking about Justin? Jordan?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Jordan?
Jordan. Yeah. The one that ran wild against Bama.
Yeah, I'm set. That's who I'm talking about.
Right.
Jordan Marshall.
Right. I'd like to see him at least get 100 yards, 150 yards Saturday. At least.
Well, that would be nice. I think that would be good.
And guys, you were talking about the upcoming games and everything. I have a feeling that Poggi is going to let Mr. Underwood do a little more than what he's done lately. I think he's going to let him loose a little more. Maybe run some more.
I mean, I'm sure he's going to have to run that by the other coach.
All right, Jamie, you said he hasn't learned the whole playbook. So does he ever learn the whole playbook, or is it what? How's that
No,
work?
he's got a whole playbook, but I don't think Chip Lindsey is ready to expose. There's some plays that they don't run, Hadley. They save for other teams. The playbook is not exposed to every team. They know they look at the film and they say this group of plays are the plays we're going to run against this team because we can move the ball. You know what I'm saying?
So Bo had like 20 different plays for every team that you guys played, pretty much, right? Something like that.
Something like that.
Okay. But did he have any really special plays? For
I'm gonna say this: in '86, we intended and running the wishbone against Ohio State, and they were playing the Bear defense, the '85 Bear defense. Okay. Where they covered the center and they covered the center and the two guards, and so we had to block them up, and they thought the wishbone would work. Well, one of the bones got hurt, so we broke a bone and went into an eye, and we ran the ball on them. And I think they had a revelation like, "Hey, they're going to run the wishbone," and all of a sudden we jumped into the eye, so we beat them. I mean, just outthinking them.
Okay. Well, it's good thinking right there.
Right.
Mr. Lee, I just want to say happy birthday. Hope you have a good one. Hope you enjoy it. And you have the same kind of thing with me with cake. I love a good German chocolate cake.
Oh, me and you both. A good German chocolate cake. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got a feeling my wife's gone. I got a feeling she's out there trying to find one right now somewhere.
She came to Ann Arbor.
Does she bake? I'm just asking. Does she bake?
Yeah. Well, she does when we're in LA. But back here in Michigan during the summer, we live the RV life. So she doesn't bake as much back here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, when are you gonna make that trip down to Toledo to go to the 24 Cheese Cakery?
You know what? This would have been it might still be a good, if she comes in empty-handed, this might just happen this evening.
There you go. You got to get down there and try some of this great stuff that Jamie and Miz have every week, and you're left out.
I know I'm left out, man. Well, they did. I did get invited. Guess who got invited to dinner for tomorrow? I got invited for dinner tomorrow.
Yeah, he invited you. Hey, why you act like it's not? We didn't invite.
Because Hadley said you didn't invite me.
Don't be listening to Hadley.
I never said that. You'll have a good meal there, Larry. I'm sure the Asian Zing wings will be great for you.
Hey, all right. Asian Zing is for everybody, Hadley. It's good.
Cauliflower or whatever.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you this question. Did you ever get any Asian Zing? You need to go get you some. They do sell the bottle. They do sell the bottle out of VW3s, or you can get it at Kroger too.
You can get it at Walmart too.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah. No, I'll get it, Jamie. It's just, to be honest with you, I looked for regular chicken wings, and they come in these huge packets, like 5-6 pounds. I don't have a refrigerator big enough for that. I got to try to find 1 or 2 pounds.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I just couldn't find anything in Walmart, so I just got to keep looking, I guess.
Yeah, keep looking.
Keep looking. Hey, Larry, this is a memory for you. See if you remember this. Can you hear it?
Not really. Play it again.
One more time.
It's in memory of your birthday and your age. No?
Is that Get Your Kicks on Route 66?
There you go. This is one of many versions. This is one of many versions. This was. Did you ever hear the version of this instrumental by Nelson Riddle?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, okay. That's what I was playing for you.
Oh, you know, I'm familiar with old Route 66, man. When I drive from Detroit to LA, I take the old 40, 44 and out that Albuquerque and Flagstaff, that old Route 66, man. And they still got remnants of it, along the way.
And I was listening to some songs here, trying to find this one. Did you ever hear the Nat King Cole version of Route 66?
No, but I love some Nat King Cole, though.
Well, look it up. He does a
will.
great version of the song. It's pretty. It's not a high tempo song like this one. Nelson Riddle made it a high tempo song. But did you ever watch a TV show?
Route 66?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that is what we're referring to, right? I don't remember it. I don't remember.
It wasn't on for very many years, but I didn't know if you had mentioned it or not, because the best thing was watching him run around in that Corvette.
Yeah, I don't remember. So was that around the Gunsmoke days and the all that kind of stuff?
I think it was a little later than that. I think it was the mid-60s.
Okay. All right.
Adley, you say you like old stuff. I'm just thinking it's just funny to me.
Oh, Jamie, we've done the music. We've done the TV trivia stuff. I'm really.
I try to. You know what my son is into? The old Batman. The old Batman.
Yeah.
He loves them right now. He watches them all the time now.
Batman.
Oh, the old TV series, huh?
Yep.
That was one crazy show.
What was it? Alfred?
Jamie?
Yeah.
Who played the Joker?
Oh my God! It's
that was who was that?
What's his name? Something.
I'll give you his initials. FG.
Felix something.
No.
Fernando?
No.
God.
Very common first name.
Sam.
Frank Gorshin.
That's right, Frank Gorshin. Yep. Frank Gorshin. Yep.
And who played the Penguin?
Danny DeVito.
No, it's Burgess.
That's what I think of, Danny DeVito.
Was it Burgess Meredith?
Well, he did in the movie.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Yeah, he did. And who played Catwoman or Batwoman?
That was she was fine too. What was her name?
Wasn't it Julie Newmar?
Yeah. But then you remember what's her name played a version of Catwoman too with her fine self.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, but Eartha Kitt played it.
Eartha Kitt was the original.
Right.
Yeah, and that turned into a big old thing, if I'm not mistaken.
It did.
She was on what was her other famous scene on what movie with Eddie Murphy?
Oh my God, I remember.
Remember she was on it. Oh God, Marcus. Marcus. Can't think of.
Are you talking about Blazing Saddles?
No.
I do remember Blazing Saddles.
Okay. Right. So I know Adam West is not with us anymore, but is who played Robin? Is he still alive?
Oh wow!
I forget
The
his
old
name
Robin?
too.
I think he is.
I think he died too. I think he died before Adam West.
Boomerang. Thank you, Rich.
Boomerang. Yeah, that's it. Boomerang.
Rich gave it to us.
Yeah, Boomerang. Marcus. Eartha Kitt. She had a famous Christmas song. What was her?
Santa Baby.
Yeah, Santa Baby. Yeah. Good stuff.
Don't you love to reminisce, Jamie? Isn't this fun?
Oh, you're having fun, Hadley. I know this is your thing.
Gotta go, Hadley.
Thing too, admit it.
Bye. Talk to you tomorrow.
Definitely. And by the way, because it's been on my mind. Here we go. Only because I know that we've had that drop for God knows how long. For
Marcus Ray, right?
For our boy Marcus Ray,
right.
Exactly. So you got
Marcus. 734-998-1050. Dennis in the OC. What's up, man?
Well, you're what's up, Jamie, and apparently it's Larry Lee birthday, so that's up too, and Miz is up. So how about all that?
How about that?
I'm up.
So happy
up
birthday.
and at him.
Happy birthday for Larry.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Yeah, all those different cakes. Yeah, there's German chocolate, and there's regular chocolate, and there's carrot cake. The possibilities are endless, but they're all delicious.
Let me give you my top three though. Okay, German chocolate.
Ooh.
German chocolate, carrot cake, and then the third one is what's the red velvet? Red velvet.
Ooh-wee. Now that's a good three.
Those my three favorite, baby. Yeah, I'm happy with any one of those.
Just give me some yellow cake. That's all I need. Yellow cake with chocolate on it.
Well, that's good. We just had we were at an event where we had it was a pineapple cake with coconut shavings on it and maraschino cherries, and that was a great one too. So
that's a good one too. Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah.
Yes, variety, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, spice of life.
And then you get, amen. And you're all the reminiscence with Hadley about the Hadley playing DJ and playing the tune, and then you got all the. I'm thinking back to those very young days. You know, watching Route 66 and Perry Mason, and they had his detective Paul Drake was a character, and right.
Yeah,
he goes the convertible around, and
Well, then you can go back to a Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, that's a little bit later, but that one, sure.
The Gunsmoke. I say Gunsmoke. What's the one with the Ponderosa? Is that Gunsmoke? With,
Bonanza.
Bonanza. There you go, Bonanza. That was a great show.
That was, and I remember back in the day, Sunday night. We'd watch Disney. There were two back to back. One I think it was called Big Top, and it was about a traveling circus, and one of the characters was Circus Boy, who was Mickey Dolenz, who later became the lead singer of the Monkees. But he was in that, and then after that, a show I really liked was Swamp Fox, and it was about Colonel Francis Marion leading these guerrillas during the American Revolution in South Carolina, and that's the character they sort of based the Mel Gibson character on in The Patriot. But was that sort of character?
Okay.
And that was a really good show. And the irony is, in the movie, Mel Gibson, he's Australian, right? They're part of the Commonwealth. And in the TV show, I'd forgotten about this, but then I was watching a rerun, and you heard the voice, and that was Leslie Nielsen, and he was a Canadian. So anyway,
right.
That was it.
See, I used to like some good comedies back then too, like Jackie Gleason, Red Skelton.
Yeah.
I used to like all them good old comedy shows, man. Oh, the Smothers Brothers. Yeah, man. That's good stuff, boy.
Yeah, and then I had it in my mind. I forgot. Oh, geez. Rowan and Martin.
Wilson. Oh, Rowan and Martin. Yeah. Flip Wilson. Remember Flip Wilson's show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the days back then.
Yeah. I love Red Skelton.
Oh yeah, Red Skelton. Yeah, he was really good too. And like I said, Jackie Gleason with the Honeymooners and and also his buddy Norton.
Norton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, one last thing about that, it was kind of interesting to watch to see what was considered sort of just like ordinary living in what they were portraying back then. I was supposed to be portraying the 50s, I guess, but they shared a telephone. They had ice boxes, not refrigerators. You think, man, things sure have changed since those days, right?
What was it?
Anyway,
go ahead.
Sorry, you were going to ask a question.
You know what? A commercial came in my mind from back then. Remember, get the juice up to Lawson's in 48 hours. You remember that commercial? One man sleep while the other man drive on the long Lawson's run or something like that. Okay, all right, okay. I went too far back.
No. I'm probably older than you are, given what you're talking about your age, but I don't remember that one. Anyway, so speaking of the football, it would finally getting around to that. I guess the people I thought of were the two that Ms. mentioned, and Max Bredesen and Rod Moore, and but then the other person was the interim coach, Biff Poggi, who evidently was quite instrumental in a number of ways behind in the team activities during the great Jim Harbaugh years, the ones that were so successful there, and the ones that were successful because of the retooling of the coaching staff, the rededication and strength and conditioning, and a lot of other things that we did that were above board and were vital and critical, and not minor detail things that certain people are trying to defame Michigan and make up nonsense about. But so I'm going to say Biff Poggi, who was a very cerebral guy, but also apparently a really good motivator too, from what I've heard. So I would have him there, an obvious choice, of course, for that sort of thing. And then I just looked at this game on Saturday. It seemed like so many of the basics weren't done the way they're supposed to be. The blocking and the tackling, even a shocking miss of a field goal by our great kicker. So there's a lot for them to work on. They say the most improvement comes between week 1 and 2. It sure didn't look that way, but with this game's coming up Saturday, I know some people say you can't tell anything, but I'm going to say you can, similar to the Northwestern game last year. We're watching that game, even put aside the level of competition, you could just see the Michigan team really had it together. And he says, they're gonna play a good game down there in Columbus. That was last year. And so if we see the team well organized and the players doing their assignments and the play calling and the scheming is right, and things are done logically and it's crisp, and they got it all together, then we can take that as a really positive sign for the future. Don't you think, Jamie?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be looking for, is to see how crispy look. And then the next thing would be, if it goes the way we anticipate Saturday, nobody nobody getting complacent saying, oh yeah, we got it all fixed. No, we got to just keep getting better week after week, the way you did. And Larry, the same thing, right? But just like back in '86, don't want to do what Ohio State did in that game. They got complacent when they had that 14-3 lead, and all those Wolverines came back from under with that emotional drive. Jimmy Harbaugh at the controls, Jamie Morris high-stepping his way into the end zone. Oh, and those offensive and defensive lines showing crisp blocking and tackling at key points, and it ended up a great big Michigan 26, Ohio State 24 victory, making good captain Jimmy Harbaugh's and quarterback Jimmy Harbaugh's prediction that the Wolverines would indeed win that game, and they did, and they shocked the football world, and particularly those scarlet and gray nattering nabobs of nutty negativism as they turned that scarlet and gray block O into a great big rosy maize and blue block M. Keep up the great work, guys. Hail to the victors. Right. Happy birthday, Terry.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Dennis. I know Jamie. Jamie's on the other side. He's got a little flubbers of things on the other side, but Jamie is going to be stepping out. But he'll join us on the phone during the commercial break. And Larry, you and me will obviously chat as well too on the other side of the break.
Right.
Philly E, we got you on deck, so stick around. If you want to call up, 734-998-1050 is the number. You can always text in at that same number. But we'll get to Philly E and more of your calls on the other side right here on the M Zone on the Big 1050 WTKA and online at thebig1050.com.
All right.
We are clear.
Cool.
All right, Larry, coming back in a moment, sir.
All right.
This is the M Zone.
It is the M Zone. We're back here on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at thebig1050.com. Myself in the studio, Larry Lee from his lovely bow, celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, and the Big 1050.
There we go. It only feels right if we actually have the guy that does that as well, too. He had to take off because of daddy responsibility. Jamie's on the phone with us.
What up? What up?
How'd I do? How'd I do?
Did he do good?
You did good. You made me laugh.
Phone lines are still open at 734-998-1050. You can always text us at that same number. Who do you think is the one player or maybe even a position group? Because we did get that on some of our on some of the stream. As Rich had said, he says the senior leadership will keep the ship going in the right direction. I agree. Like I said, when you got, like I said, we brought up two examples. You know, Jamie and I brought up Rod Moore. I brought up Max Bredesen, a couple of your seniors, your super seniors that have really shown what we would call the guts and glue that holds together the maize and blue, as some people would say, and it's true. It's true to a T. And if you want to weigh in on the comments, if you're watching on stream, you can weigh in there. Or you can do like our guy Philly E is. You can call up on the phone at 734-998-1050. Let's head out to the East Coast and talk to Philly E. What's up, Philly?
Hey, man. Well, first things first, I want to say happy birthday to Big Sweet, man.
Thank you, Philly E. Appreciate it.
Although the number's not so great, right? So, you know.
Hey,
that's all it is. It's a number. It's all it is.
What's
it's just
wrong with the number?
It's just a number, baby. It's all it is.
You can tell my back that it's it's
okay. Fair enough. I know, like, when I look, trust me, I am a fraction of that, but trust me, I feel it when I wake up every day too. So I totally understand their feeling.
I got a buddy, and his favorite line is "Ain't no age limit on winning."
There you go. I like that.
Exactly.
One.
Exactly. I agree
Larry,
fully with that.
Say, you missed the boat on one thing.
What's that?
The absolute can't miss that everybody in the room is going to like. You got to go for ice cream cake, man. It's
That's an East Coast thing. You know what? That's an East Coast thing, isn't it?
What? No, that's also a Midwest thing.
No, that's a Midwest. That's also a fat boy thing.
Yeah, it's a big back thing.
People's like, I don't really like cake. I said, well, it's ice cream. Oh, okay. And like nobody.
Find me someone that turns down ice cream. I will point out a liar.
I'm just saying.
I tell you one that, I grew up with a bunch of Irish and Italian, all Catholic kids in my neighborhood. And when I went to a military academy, a lot of my friends were Jewish. And that was the first time I was exposed to Jewish apple cake. And dude, it's very, it's probably number two to ice cream cake.
I've never had that.
It's insane.
I got a funny Jewish story. My first day at UCLA, right? I'm introduced to my neighbors, my roommates, and you had two black kids. You had me and a linebacker that was from Lynn, Massachusetts, and two white guys, Jewish guys from one was from Encino, California, was one from up north. We go to the chow line, first thing at breakfast. I grabbed this little round thing on a plate, and I took a bite, and I was like, I said, this is the nastiest damn donut I ever had in my life. It was a bagel.
Oh, it's a bagel.
I had never had a bagel. I was an inner city kid from Dayton, Ohio, and I had never had a bagel.
I thought at first when you say something, like that, I thought at first you're going to say like that you had yourself like a knish or something. I wasn't sure.
No, it was a round thing on a plate, and I grabbed it and I bit it. I said, "It's the nastiest damn donut I ever had in my life, and there's no sweetness to it or nothing." It was a bagel. I had never had a bagel.
Well, you could go to Manhattan. I know that's a chain. The Manhattan bagels, that's a chain.
I know about some bagels now. I know about plenty of bagels now. I just didn't know about them then.
And you got to respect the schmear to go along with your bagel, right, Philly? You got to respect the schmear.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to
Hey,
smear it.
James Hall was nice having him on, man. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you realize this, but we lost a kid named David Bowens, and I think he was a freshman, and he set the sack record, and then he packed his bags. So how we were going to replace this guy? You know what? Because of James Hall, and we won a national championship, a lot of people forgot the name David Bowens, and James was a big part of that. And Robert Porcher, you forgot one name. Because when I hear Robert Porcher, you know who I think of?
Who you think?
I think of John Madden, because that was one of his boys, man.
Yeah,
if he did a Lions game, somehow, some way, somewhere along that telecast, he was going to talk about Robert Porcher.
You were exactly right. He loved some Robert Porcher. You know how they used to come around practice before they do the games? He loved Robert. He wanted to hang with Robert, man. You're right. That was a good. It was a great day for me between James and Robert, man. Two of my favorite guys, man. James
really cool.
was.
And Lions fans, listen. You cannot use opening day as an indicator for a lot of things. I've seen a lot of crazy things go on opening day. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember sitting in a bar, and here's the New England Patriots, Tom Brady. Worst game of his career, and they're getting annihilated by his former buddy Bledsoe in Buffalo, who was a tragic team that year. They were awful. They got destroyed, like 31-0. They got killed, right? They went on to win the Super Bowl. So, I've seen it. And you know what? When you were in the league, if you remember, I think the greatest matchup in terms of records was the 15-1 49ers and the 14-2 Dolphins. Now, it wasn't the greatest Super Bowl, and I might even argue it probably wasn't the greatest matchup, but it was definitely in the top three. And the very next year, those two unbelievable teams, Marino and Montana, one played the historically bad coming off the 84 season, the Vikings. They were awful. And Miami went to Houston, who was also historically bad. You know what ended up happening on opening day? The Vikings upset the world champion 49ers, and the lowly Oilers upset, Dan Marino coming off the greatest season a quarterback ever had. So, if something weird's going to happen, it'll be opening day. So, you can't get too lost in the sauce with that. Yeah. And in terms of Saturday, I'm just looking for marked improvement because, listen, I thought Saturday was a hurt piece. It really was. Now, here's the thing. Hadley brought up. Listen, if the quarterback run game wasn't on the table for frickin' OU, well, it sure as hell ain't going to be on the table for Central. At least that's what I would think. Maybe I'm wrong. I would definitely like to see some downfield throws. And obviously some marked improvements in the OL.
Not necessarily Philly E. I mean, maybe they put a little bit on the table. I mean, I'm not saying they come out and let him run 20, 30 times down but they give him a few. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was hoping to see a few last week, and I was only asking for 5 last week. We saw 0.
I'm gonna say this: in their 15 scripted plays, they saw how that offensive line was gonna play, and they probably scrapped the runs.
Well, yeah, but you know what? Here's the way I look at it: you change the math. You put the numbers in your favor when you do that. That's all I'm looking. And you put people in conflict. You cut the defense in half. You know what I mean? And like I said, you create more creases for that running game. That's how I would look at it. And who knows? Those creases, maybe number 22 goes out the door for another 75-yard run. I just think they did I don't have a beef with the defense. I think Wink put our kids in situations to make plays. They didn't make them. So I don't really have a beef with Wink. I did have a beef with what they were doing offensively, and I think that's definitely more on Chip. I think he put them in a position where our OL wasn't going to be successful, and our quarterback wasn't going to be all that great either. Can't say that about the defense, but I still, on defense, let's just play our responsibilities. Let's tighten up the coverage in the back end, and we need to tackle better. That I didn't like. So that's what I'm looking for out of our crew this week. But we better win by a big number. I don't want to see like a 24-10 score. This needs to be a beatdown. We got to get the edge back. We got to get the edge back. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Well, I know that this is a rebound game for Michigan. There ain't no doubt about it. But I'm not going to take Central Michigan lightly.
No.
I mean, considering too that they had a hell of a comeback last 2 weeks ago, actually, when they played out in San Jose State, and they came back and beat the Trojans 2 weeks ago, and then last week. For some reason, I can't seem to because it decided to switch over to a different conference when I tried to flip it over. That's where Jamie laughs at me. They kind of held strong at least the first half against Pitt on the road. So I mean, they know that they can play on the road. Now, I'm not going to say that Central's going to come in and shock the world, but I am going to say that again, like with any opponent, you take them as serious as you would your rival, but. No, I do expect that whatever the line is or whatever the over-under is that the Wolverines are favored by, yeah, I kind of expect them to take care of handle their business accordingly at least.
Oh, just out of curiosity, what is the line for this game? Anybody know?
As of right now, I mean, it's probably averaged out about Michigan favored by 27. So So we'll just call it 4 touchdown favored in this one.
Okay, and before I go, Jamie, did you see that one inning with the Yankees and the Tigers? Like, how many freaking wild pitch? I mean, the bases were loaded. It looked like one of them Bugs Bunny episodes where it was ridiculous. I'm like, I got to turn this off. These guys are killing me.
I'm sorry, Philly. I loved it.
I feel a lot better about getting Bellinger and saving a whole lot of money. Who could actually field his position to than spending $765 on Soto. So that actually worked out. But you know what? I don't trust them in the playoffs. I just don't trust this baseball team. Anyway, well, that's a conversation for another couple of weeks. But anyway,
yeah, we'll have that conversation.
What's that?
I said and we're going to have that conversation. I'm saving that one for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
It was such a horrific inning. I had to bring it up, man. It's just like
it is, dude. I don't want to talk about that.
If the Yankees aren't hitting 5 home runs, they're not beating anybody because their bullpen's awful and they can't catch the baseball. Not even a little bit. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Go Blue.
Thanks, Philly. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was hoping to talk more about that 9-run 7th inning that the Tigers had yesterday.
And you can, and then you can talk about tonight's game too tomorrow. No, you can't.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can. It won't be on the afternoon with you guys. I'll be filling in on the morning. So, spoiler alert, listeners, I will not be on tomorrow afternoon. I will be on tomorrow morning. But I mean, that was a crazy 7th inning for the Tigers and the Yankees last night. But you know, that's just how the pitching battle goes. But hey, at the very least, though, Jamie, at the very least, you got your boy number 99 to eclipse Yogi. Did he eclipse Yogi Berra? I believe it was.
He eclipsed Yogi. Yes, he did. Yes, number 99 got it done. Thank you.
So I mean, there's something that you can put a little feather in your cap at the very least. Also, Hadley, hate to break it to you, but we had someone call up and decide to and remind everyone that, or at least remind me to remind you that the original Joker was not some dude named Frank. It was Cesar Romero.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I remember. Yes, that's right. That's right.
In the movie.
But
I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I know I'm complaining, and I'm on the phone, so I'll stop. Means you end the show, right?
Well, yeah, we'll end the show. I'm assuming that you got to make sure that CJ's all taken care of then.
Exactly. I'll take care of that. And I was just sitting out here in the driveway, so now I got to go in.
Okay. Well, you
All
go
right.
take care of CJ, and we will chat with you tomorrow here
Big
on the M
Sweet,
Zone.
Happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday.
Thank you, my brother.
You only get a chance. You only get one chance at it, so have fun.
Thank you, my brother. Mañana.
Yes.
All right, Jamie. We'll talk with obviously we'll hear from you tomorrow. So go take care of CJ, do the daddy duty thing, and it's only constitutional like this.
Daddy, chill.
Yep, he's got to take care of the kids.
Daddy, chill.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a beautiful thing, but I'm so glad I'm beyond that stage.
Well, I mean, at the very least, I mean, you had taken the missus out to to the airport, and she went and took care of the grandkids. And I know that somewhere deep down and underneath that, that gritty lion exterior is a gentle teddy bear wanting to be, wanting to take care of.
I tell you what, man, my grandsons, man, they eat me alive, man. I love them. And man, I'm just the biggest cream puff, man. When it comes to my grandkids, man, I love them all, and it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Now, Sweet, and for those that are listening, and Rich, we appreciate you, popping on and watching us on stream today. This week, and we had Robert Porsche on, in the fourth segment. So for those that may have missed that, either on the stream or on the radio, we'll have that segment up on the podcast page, wherever you download your podcast. I had never been to like a Ring of Honor or like a Ring of Honor ceremony. Like, how much goes into it? Because obviously a lot more about it with working, not only doing the work on the field but also up in the front office. So like, what exactly could fans look forward to on Sunday afternoon?
Well, Sunday, man, the way that they do it, and I gotta say this: the Lions are one of the better organizations when it comes to alumni weekend. Alumni weekend is full of activities. We get in on Friday. We check in the hotel on Friday. Friday night, there's a bowling competition, dinner, and the bowling and all that. And then Saturday morning, there's a community affair where we go out in the community and do some things. And then there's Saturday afternoon. There's some insightful guys. They bring in folks from what I would try to say, financial planners, guys like that to help you get your trust together or your wills together and all that kind of stuff. Very informative meetings on Saturday afternoons. Saturday night is the dinner, and Saturday night is when everyone comes together. Nice business attire, and we come and they present the actual trophy or whatever to the person going into the Ring of Honor. And some of the guys in our Ring of Honor, Lomas Brown, Jason Hansen, obviously Barry Sanders, Herman Moore, Chris Spielman. So Robert Porsche is the latest guy to go in the Ring of Honor as of tomorrow, this weekend. And so that'll be Saturday night. Sunday, that we get up and they bus us all over to the game, and we got a special section. Some of us will be in suites, and some will be in a special section on Ford Field, and it's a big old Lions party. Halftime, they bring us all together, and they usually introduce us by eras, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and they introduce. And then at the end of the introductions, then that's when the guest of honor will speak, and Robert will have a chance to speak to the Ford Field crowd and tell them some memories or whatever he wants to say. And he gave us a little hint as to what he's going to do, because he said he's going to mention some former players that were instrumental to him, to include Michigan Zone's James Hall. And as I found out, or we all found out, Robert invited James there personally, wanted to make sure James was there. So there's a deep bond between those two. And once again, I'm fortunate, man. I did 2 stints with the Lions, one as a player and one as an executive. And my executive years were the Robert Porsche, Lomas Brown, Kevin Glover, Benny Blaze, Barry Sanders, Chris Spielman years, which were some great years. And couldn't have worked for a better organization with a better bunch of guys at that time.
going to be a good time, no doubt about it, Big Sweet. And you know who deserves to have a good time are people that want to go to that are going to be going to the Michigan game. And that's why as we get on out of here, we're going to get someone into the Bud Light Victors launch for this Saturday's Central Michigan game. Call number 7 is 734-998-1050. You get in with us and hang out with us. 8 o'clock is when we get started up. So caller number 7 right now, 734-998-1050. Big Sweet, I will chat with you later, my friend. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you to all the listeners that wished me a happy birthday. Gray, have some German chocolate cake, I think.
Go get yourself. I believe I like to call it as treat yourself. So treat yourself kindly.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. In the meantime, everyone have a great rest of your Wednesday. I will talk with you on in the morning with Sam. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. And thanks for listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050 WTKA and online at thebig1050.com.